I think so. Hello.
Oh, weird faces, everybody. I know we have to do the weird face. Can't do it and screenshot at the same time. It's really difficult. I'll just get one. I'll just get a still from the video. Sorry, DM. Carry on.
Okay.
Every time.
Right. So, hello, everyone.
Hello.
And welcome to another session of Seraphina, a critically average campaign, Dungeons and Dragons campaign, 5th edition, that I am playing with my friends. And these are my friends.
Hey.
Sometimes.
Hi.
Right, so Matt, would you like to do the honours of reading what the Zoom AI used as its its what was it? Its assessment of what our session was last time.
It was actually pretty good, I thought. The group investigated door and shop with Cass attempting to forge a letter and Knick-Knack using acid to damage the door. This led to the unintended consequences, including breaking into another shop. Cass framed himself and disappeared, creating a new identity. Luck brought an injured Nazoom to her home after he encountered a ghostly child, Trina, who attacked him with radiant damage. The group is dealing with the aftermath of their actions and mysterious events in town, including possible celestial involvement. The session ended with the characters taking a long rest in various locations.
Pretty good, to be honest.
I was quite impressed with it, actually.
It was pretty accurate. Pretty accurate.
Very much so.
So, after a very, very eventful day, let's be honest, it was a very eventful day. You have all crept off to your own individual spaces to rest. Knick-Knack has made his own little nest in a alleyway. Luck has returned home and offered shelter for Dorin in the meantime while his home is to be resecured after a break-in. Nazum, after your encounter, you had a brush with death, and luckily Pugsy was on hand to alert Luck, who was just on that street, and came to your aid. And again, she dragged another person inside her home, and is currently giving shelter to 2 people. One which is very drunk, and one of which, Nazum, is currently skulking around Luck's house, searching for, I don't know, you tell me.
So, Nazum is looking for anything to do with history. Nazum is fascinated with the areas past go down, and if you want to have something go and ask Matt. Anything to do with the past of the place, the spiritual, or how would Nazum describe it? He's searching for knowledge. He wants to know more about Silverfern, and basically he wants to seek to these voices, this urging, this singing that he's had in his head, and if he can find any hint of anything that might suggest to that.
Okay, let's make a series of investigation checks.
Okay.
I'm going to make you roll 1. The first one, this one,
Yes.
is going to be for the history of Silverfern.
Okay.
Yeah. Thing is, Luck's home is quite empty.
Yeah. Well, we'll see what
All
he finds
things
with it.
personal are just locked up in their room. So if you want to learn something, you're going to have to sneak in. and the door is closed.
So, Nazum,
Yes.
what was the result?
The first investigation check was a 4.
You mill about for a bit. Luck's been here for a fair while now. She has an established home. It is quite minimalist, though. There isn't much in the way of furnitures and knickknacks and the hoardings of people over time. It does seem to be the bare essentials of cooking and washing and clothing.
Not like
There
marshals.
is one dresser with an assortment of books on it.
Yeah.
But there doesn't really be seen to be anything to do with the history of Silverfern. Nothing about Silverfern.
Rubbish.
It-
Rubbish. Rubbish. It's just worse
There's
than that.
there's a small collection of different fictional works that Luck may enjoy in her spare time if she has any spare time. And there's a fair few books about all sorts of words that mean absolutely nothing to you, that you cannot discern. Let's make a second investigation check. Now, this is going to be about the spirituality that you mentioned, knowledge about the
Okay.
religion, as it were, of this world.
He's rolling really bad. Luck's house is so minimal. It's 5.
Yeah, there doesn't seem to be any books
There's
here
nothing
in
around
Luck's
here about
home in
spirits
regards to
or
religion or spirits or
this one has no
or-
soul.
religious culture of either Silverfern or the greater of Seraphina.
I mean, there might be one thing.
Well,
Like-
he didn't roll well enough to
I
find
did
it.
not roll well
Yeah.
enough to find it.
Yeah.
I would just
Um,
wander around, like tossing things, moving stuff around, looking under stuff, and then I kind of, where did I learn stuff? Where did I know? Nothing
Make me
is here.
one final investigation check, please.
Well, I rolled insight, but oh, that was better. It would still be a +2. It's 20.
20. Okay.
Dirty. Dirty 20. Nothing.
You
Useless.
find in one of the books,
Hmm.
while the book seems to be on something like pesticides for your local farming and keeping off of unwanted critters off of certain crops. On the back 2 pages where you get the appendices, but there's always those couple of blank pages that are in there to kind of stop the ink seeping through. You see some drawings.
What are they? Are they like of the print, or are these a different hand?
These are a different hand. Somebody has drawn in this book. Luck, would you please like to give a brief description of the individual that these drawings are of?
I have a choice, or is it this specific someone that I'm thinking
It's
about?
it's the specific someone that we've discussed previously.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
What's this?
Ah.
Someone's scribbling in a book. Not a note. Drawing. Rubbish.
It's a man with semi short hair, a slick back slightly. That maybe stop about here on their neck. They have freckles around their cheeks and nose, and strangely a little bit around their forehead. But they are not brown freckles. There seems to be white against the skin of this man that is auburn in color. And obviously it's in black and white, but the eye seems to be quite How am I going to say that? There's two colors in those eyes, around the iris and a bit around the white of the eyes.
Strange looking one, this one. What's it about? Why is he drawing it? Why in this book? Do I recognize the species? The kind of... What am I looking at here? Am I looking at
Does Nazum know a lot in regards to different species? Would Nazum know about other species? You tell me from
Nazum
his
has
very
seen quite a lot of
sheltered.
things. He's seen quite a lot of things get experimented on,
Okay.
and his master kept a lot of different books on the esoteric, so you would have seen his master studying
Make me a history check.
history. Okay.
Yes, please.
Oh, and that one for a 5. Here we go, Nazum. Nazum
Right.
is really, really taking a battering from the...
This person looks human
Yeah.
to a degree. Like there's nothing that stands out to you that isn't naturally human.
I just look
There's
at it and
no
go,
pointed ears. There's no scales. There's no.
I just look at it disgusted and say, ugh, no tail. Gross.
Yep. Do you do anything else, Nazum?
I will have... No, I think I've looked for everything that I thought I might find. I will curl up in a corner, wherever, and I will tidy up as much as I can. I won't have left it in an absolute state.
Well, as I mentioned previously, because of the minimal nature of the place, there isn't really a lot to make a mess of.
Yeah.
You tried a few drawers, you tried a few little cupboards, but they all seem to be locked to a degree.
Oh, okay.
When you were wandering around.
Locked, you say?
Yes. But even you would know that if you were to attempt to pick these locks, if you were trying to leave no trace, you wouldn't be able to relock it.
Yeah. Okay.
Without
Cool.
said key. So it would, if luck were to check her home whenever she might do so, it would be evident that somebody's been snooping.
Yeah.
So
No, I'll just go. I'll just crawl up in a little tiny ball. After tidying up, I might have checked the kitchen to see if there's a little bit of cheese.
luck, would there be cheese?
There is cheese,
Okay.
but in high cupboards and
Oh, okay.
quite a smelly one.
Make me a perception check to see whether you detect. What's your passive perception, Listen?
Passive perception.
Would you be specifically looking for cheese, or are you just hoping?
Oh yeah. Like into
okay,
the
make
kitchen.
me a perception check then.
I've discovered cheese. Now I'm wondering if every human has cheese. Do I get advantage because it's my addiction?
Yes, you do.
Because I got addiction stuff last time. It's a 17.
17. Yes, you smell a very pongy smell. This is stronger than a lot of the other cheeses you've experienced before. It definitely smells of cheese, but it smells potent, like it's molded even more. Like it's sour. It burns the nostrils a little bit.
Yeah, it's blue cheese.
And it is from a high. It is from a high cupboard in the kitchen. It's probably 3 times your height up.
I will go for it.
Okay, can you make me? Let's call this acrobatics.
Acrobatics?
Yeah.
How high is it, did you say?
This is probably a good 7 feet up.
I mage hand it down.
Luck is very tall.
I mage
You
hand
mage
it.
hand it. Okay. Yeah. So you send up a little spectral hand They pull open the door, and you see this glorious, on a plate, wedge of cheese with patches of blue and green and white, where it almost looks like it's eating away at itself. And as soon as you open this cupboard door with your hand, there's a larger waft, like the air is warmer as this cheese the aroma just drifts up through your nostrils.
The mage hand is almost like tentative as it goes forwards, like because I'm controlling it. It's like shaking a little bit, and then it will just like break off like a little bit of the nose of this piece of cheese,
Okay.
and like
Yeah.
kind of float
Easily
it
done.
back. I tilt my head up, and just it crumbles it like this, and the zoom
Yeah,
is kind of
it
like
just crumbles
showered
down.
into his mouth with his like wide little buck teeth, and it like lands on his tongue, and this sensation like kind
Make
of
me
goes through him.
a wisdom saving throw.
I've passed them all so far, so this is the time where I fail it. That's a 9.
This cheese hits different. All the cheese you've had so far, even in your absolute bulging state, the gooey cheese and in the pies, the hard cheese, the crumbly cheese at the stands. But this leaves a taste in your mouth that lingers, and you want more.
I want blue cheese now.
The mage hand will grab the rest of the piece of cheese. It will drop it into these waiting pink elongated fingers with claws, and I'm just like, so much so that I eat the whole block. It starts crumbling in my hands. My little rat tongue licks in between my fingers and under the
There's
nails where it
bits
got stuck
getting
underneath.
caught in the fur around your chinny chin. Your whiskers have got little clumps on it.
Yeah.
Again, like because it's so crumbly, like it doesn't take much to kind of smear into fabrics either.
Oh yeah.
And you've just got all this bluey cheesiness all over you, and it's just.
I lick the floor.
Yep, you lick the floor. After a good 20 minutes of just going through and making sure you've got every crumb you possibly can, you are now very thirsty.
I look for some water.
There is a basin. The water doesn't look the cleanest, like it's been used for washing of some sort.
I will sniff at it and see if I think it's going to kill me to drink this. I've been surviving on my wits for perception check.
At disadvantage.
Okay. Perception, you say? Disadvantage. Yeah. First roll is an 8.
Okay.
And that 20 for the other one, of course. So yeah, 8.
I mean, the water looks pretty murky, but you reckon it's drinkable?
I lap from the top of it, hoping that most of the sediment has gone down to the bottom.
Yep. So you drink from this murky washing water until you feel the taste buds subside from saltiness, your thirst quenched, and your belly full. For a second time this evening.
I go to the spot where luck left me, and I curl up, take a bit of my cloak where I've ingrained the cheese into my cloak, and I just put that in my mouth and I suck it like a little kid sucks a blanket.
You sit there and you slowly attempt to drift off to sleep, and you listen to the sounds of Doran openly snoring as he's in this window seat that he's been placed in with a blanket, and mouth aghast to the side, drool dripping from his mouth. You bastard! And eventually you drift off to sleep.
Although I don't, but I rest anyway.
You rest. even because you do not require sleep, but you do rest so that you're furthered up for the next day.
Do we get a long rest now? Can I stop dying?
You can have a long rest. Ellie,
Thank gosh.
where are you? Having perched on the rooftops of the streets of Silverfern, staring at passers-by, picking out each feature, trying to craft somebody that feels familiar to all in this town, but also still a stranger. A face that people will trust. You eventually pulled together a form that you think would be befitting of this. Where are you?
Just sits there again. Spider-Man sitting on the top like a gargoyle, just watching them all go past. In the
It's
morning,
getting late.
In the morning, I need to collect a few things, but for now, I suggest sleep.
The fog of exhaustion starts to cloud your mind. This process of creating a face from nothing,
Tiring.
other than the bits you see, it is a tiring process. You're not just copying one person, you are picking features. It's a studious process that requires a lot of mental prowess, and fatigue is crept in, and you feel like you do need to find a place to rest your head tonight so that you're in any fit state for tomorrow.
They go into their backpack and pull out like an old wool blanket and puts it over the top of them, and then sleeps on top of one of the buildings behind like an outcropping, just in the dark, sitting there,
Very well.
like all curled up. In the
And you
morning, I
close
need
your
to
eyes.
collect a few things. That's a thing for in the morning.
Okay. You close your eyes and you go to sleep. Luck. You breathe deeply. You've never struggled to sleep. It's not something that you've had difficulty with. You've always had comfortable surroundings in which to rest your head. You open your eyes and you're in a space filled with mist and cloud and fog. There doesn't appear to be any ground below your feet. You don't appear to be there at all. You look down to see no body, as if you're just staring through a space. There are breezes, there are winds, there are currents of air around you that pass across where your face would be. You feel the cold breeze against your skin, even though your physical body is not present. You don't seem to be able to move. You're just in this vast, empty space where you can't see further than maybe 10 feet in this thick fog. Make me a perception check.
Let's see.
I hope you're rolling better than I am, because I'm rolling dirt today.
26.
Yeah, that's more like it.
The longer you stare into the fog, the more silhouettes and shapes you start to see. It's like when you're lying in bed at night in the dark and your eyes start to adjust to the dark, but you're unsure of what your eyes are seeing is real, or whether it's tricks of the light, the faint light in the dark, where you start seeing shapes that aren't necessarily there the longer you stare at something. But you're certain that this isn't a trick of the light. This isn't the haze playing tricks on your vision. You see these little grey masses floating about, zipping around, not fast, but smoothly. You see one, then you see two, then you see three, and more start moving around in the space around you. They're not very large, probably not much larger than the Zoom. There are plenty that are smaller than yourself. The fog obscures their faces and their features. But slowly, a larger mass starts to approach from inside the fog. Dark grey cloak, billowing in the slow mists and breeze. And you see arms start to outstretch from this cloak. You see one set of arms, and then slowly you start to see a second set rise from underneath. And you wake up.
Okay.
And you have all taken a long rest.
Okay.
Well, that was gross.
I can't even show you anything because there would be spoilers. But not nice.
You hear the bustling in the streets outside, Luck. Nazum, also yourself, Misk, Ellie. You hear activity on the streets. The morning has overtaken you. It is later morning at this point. You have slept heavily after a very busy day, and after staying awake late into the night with shenanigans of breaking and entering and whatnot, especially after your festivities at the market. You've had a long rest, but also a long sleep, which has led to you lying in. Luckily, you're not due on shift for at least another 4 or 5 hours. What are we all doing? Knick-knack?
I will get up and I'll go around the corner and have a look at the two broken in shops. And is there actually like guards on duty there?
There does seem to be one of the younger guards standing post. You see a craftsman, a woodworker, working on the door. They seem to be up and quick on getting it repaired and fixed, so Doran can return to his habitat quite quickly.
I might go and learn something about woodwork, because that's not a skill I have. So I might go and sort of watch and sort of I'll offer some help and like pass him tools when he asks for them and that sort of thing.
Okay, lovely, no problem. You make your way down and you're quickly introduced to a gentleman called Fenric, who is a carpenter, and he talks to you about the curve of wood, how things have to be sanded down in the right direction, how you have to work with grain, and that you can't force in nails because you risk breaking the wood further around it. So you have to prepare the wood, you have to slowly drill in and screw and prepare a spot for you to put in a nail or screw in further to protect the sanctity of its structure. And after another hour, the door is repaired, the lock is replaced, and Doran's home is secure again. Ellie, what are you doing?
I'm still on top of the building.
Mhm.
This is up to you, DM. But I have
Okay.
thought. Do you think Misk would have like different things in his backpack to like make a new outfit, or do you think I'd have to go and procure things?
I think Misk would have had what he had on him the first time he was in the
Mhm.
woods when he passed by Silverfern, and also Cass's wear. That's about it. You travelled light. You weren't. Well, people in general don't travel with a lot. You're very nomadic in that way.
Well, you sort of need to drop everything and leave.
Yeah.
Things go wrong.
You're always prepared for the worst in one way or another.
My thought process is to take off everything that screams Cass from my outfit, like the little ribbon tie and the blazer and the grey vest, bundle it up and put it like on the underside of a chimney on top of one of the buildings. And I carve something in what I call changeling, which is like thieves can't Sylvan,
Okay.
on the side of the chimney that just means stash. So like
Right.
mark where I'd hid it.
Yep.
And I go to the edge of the town, stealthy as I can, and I want to try and re-enter the town like I just showed up. Not like I was already there. Because if a new person shows up overnight, you need to have turned up. You can't just appear.
Yeah.
Because then there's more questions.
What is your plan for the day? What do you plan on doing now? Your previous identity has been burned, but you still want to see this investigation through. You still want to reunite with the other three, but how do you go about this?
My thought process is to first collect up the rest of Ellie. So get like the rest of the outfit ready.
Mm-hmm.
So I can turn up and look like Ellie, because I'm still wearing like a mismatch of what Cass had and what Misk had.
I would say when you broke into the fabric store the night before, you had a rough idea of what you were planning.
Okay.
And you might have picked up a few things while you were in that fabric store staging the break-in there to help complete that ensemble.
I am a proficient tailor.
You could have spent at least 2 hours of your long rest
That's what I'm
doing some
thinking.
light
Can
work
I
of making some clothes.
like make it so it's fit to me, so it looks less stolen?
Yeah, you certainly can.
And I go to one of my previous stashes. This
Mhm.
is to explain something. And I pick up a short bow, because I had a
Yeah.
short bow in my inventory, but I never used it. So I'm going to say that it was one of the things I'd hid.
I was going to say, because other weapons like Cass's sword and whatnot would be identifiable.
Really obvious. So I just
So
dump
you're arming
all of
yourself slightly
Cass's
differently.
stuff in that bundle. And I go to one of my other things and I pick up my short sword, but I don't have any arrows. That's one thing I didn't start with. My short bow. And I pick up
You know
the
where
rest
would
of the
have
stuff.
arrows that would be free to collect for those that are part of its ranks.
True, but I'm not a guardsman anymore.
Not anymore, you're not. But you know where the rest of them will be reporting at some point.
True.
Up to you.
My thought process is to turn up, look like a traveller who's had like a time on the road,
Mm-hmm.
with my quiver on my back and my short bow in my hand, and go to what's the name of the inn? I can't quite remember.
The
Silverleaf
something-
Inn.
it was
It's the
I forgot
Silverleaf Inn.
The Silverleaf Inn,
The Silverleaf, that was it.
and
yeah.
ask them if
Sorry.
they have a room to rent.
Testing my knowledge there.
Yep.
Yes,
Held up a little halfling lady. She's the proprietor.
Yeah, Elder Good Barrel. You make your way in and you introduce yourself to Elder, and she's busy bustling about clearing up from breakfast. As a lot of tourists that are staying at the moment for the festival have obviously had a late breakfast due to their merriments from the night before. Not many of them were up at the crack of dawn to have an early breakfast and depart. However, due to this being the second of 3 days of the festival, she's still pretty fully booked. There isn't really a room for you here.
Do you know where I could, if you're full up here?
Well, there aren't really any other inns here, from what I can tell you, but I can point you in the direction of maybe the guard barracks. They always have a spare bunk there if you're willing to put in a bit of work for them. Other than that, you can talk around and hope for the charitable souls of this town to open up a free bed. I know some families take in some vagrants during the festival to enable people to enjoy the delights of the evenings, and it helps them make a little bit of extra money on the side by renting out a room. But
Do you know anyone I could rent a room from?
well, I know
You'd be
Luck
my
has
hero.
the spare room. I know that much, but you'd have to ask her. I'm not sure whether she's not exactly open to visitors. She isn't particularly. What can I say? She likes
Hippily.
everything the way she likes it.
Oh, yes. My name's like that.
Which probably, by that chance, she probably might have a spare room. She's quite reluctant to invite strangers into her space. If you can convince her, maybe she'll let you in.
Oh, could you point me towards her abode?
Yes. So, if you load up Discord, folks,
Yeah.
in the Seraphina art, I have. Oh, not even Seraphina art and Seraphina. Oh no, I'll put it in art. It needs
In
to
an
be in map.
art.
I did put it in art. I need to transfer that to maps, but it is in art. There is a map of Seraphina. Not Seraphina, of Silverfern. Oh my god, too many S's. You'd think I'd learn. Do you want me to screen share this, or are we all just going to load it up?
No,
Oh,
Let's
yeah.
screen share. Let's screen share it. Why not?
Yeah. Let the people see your beautiful map.
Well,
I
that's
don't know
helpful.
how many hours it took for you to do it, but
It didn't take as long as you might think. Oh, what
did
is
you
with
auto
this
generate?
bloody- No, I didn't auto generate. No. What is going on here?
Oh, you might not have the permission to share screen, Pete.
No, it's just finding out where my I'm
I've
having
done
a
it.
mare of a time at the moment.
I was there.
I've been doing a
attentive.
lot of prep work, and then it's not fucking saved. There's entire things that I've had before that have just disappeared, which is really annoying.
Hmm.
But what can I say? So
What?
let's
Chaos?
share this screen. And I'm going to.
I know. He's like, I've done all this careful work. We're going to
Let's
break
get
into a
Hard to
shop.
here.
tell.
We'll spend the entire episode breaking into one shop that we don't need to break into, and then break into another. Yeah.
There we go. Right, can you all see that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you can't see anything else that I load up, can you? So you can't
No.
see anything else at the moment. I've done the right thing then.
See your
Brilliant.
mouse over the screen though, so you can point stuff, which is kind of cool.
Right. Okay. Brilliant.
When you're on
Oh,
the image,
nice.
you can see where you're
Fantastic.
pointing.
So can you see my mouse doing this at the moment?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
cool. You can point this
Fantastic.
out.
Right.
when the thing's on.
Okay. Brilliant. Oh, the art of technology. Right. So yes, this is Silverfern, and to give you a little bit of guidance in regards to where you've been so far. Down here we have the grove.
Mhm.
This was the stone that Vela stood upon when she was doing her vigil for Garrick. Over here you have the mill where you first investigated the stolen
Trouble up, Mill.
Trouble up Mill.
Trouble at mill.
Right here at the top here you have the council hall, and in the centre here you have the market square where all these little tents and stalls are currently. And then over here you have one of the housing districts. This particular building here is actually Doran's shop.
Yeah.
And then further down here, as you walk down and round and out, is it? Yes. No, it isn't. It's over here. Here you have Lux Home.
Where's Gudry's plum store?
Gedry's plum
In the
store is
market.
up here in the
Up there.
market,
So, okay, cool.
in the main square. So usually all these little tents and bits aren't here. There are usually a lot less than there currently are because the festival's on, but then usually it's only the ones around the edge which are there for the traditional market. And yes, any questions about what you see?
What's the round
This
that?
bit?
Yeah.
That's a hill, and on
Yeah.
top of that hill there seems to be some old ruins.
And where is the guard barracks?
This is the guard barracks here. It's
Okay.
more fortified looking building.
Cool.
And then
And
here, right down outside the grove, you will find the temple to Solara.
And I'm guessing the big.
Lunara.
Solara.
Really?
Yes.
And I'm guessing the big building over the road from Lux is probably the inn.
No, the inn is over here.
Oh, okay. All right.
So yes, so there's Lux.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's not Lux. What did I say?
You
Lux.
said it was
No,
one
no.
next to it.
Here,
There was
here.
one next to it.
Just above the blue.
That one. There we go.
No,
This
left
one?
one.
No,
The one
left
next to it.
one.
That
Oh,
one.
lost
No,
it.
up. That one.
That one.
No,
No, down
bottom.
one.
One.
Oh my God, I'm losing my mind.
Just above the blue house there is alone.
This
on.
one.
That
Yeah.
one.
This one. Yes. Oh my
On the
God.
corner of the block.
Forgetting already. So this would be Lux home.
Okay.
What a nice house.
A house right in the centre of town.
I think Knick-Knack's gonna need to go and try and find. I would like to have a look in the sky and see if there's a little flying crystal anywhere.
Yeah, there's one literally hovering up in the sky. It's following its programming of
You
chasing
follow
after Doran.
Doran.
There's one floating outside of Lux's house currently.
I'll head that way and see if I can find a missing dog too.
Yeah, you approach the outskirts of Lux property, and you find your metallic pug sitting in the front garden in the porch area of Lux home, just sat outside, keeping ever watchful.
Okay. I might set Pudgy to barbecue mode and start cooking up some treats.
Oh, I've lost connection. Sorry.
Yeah, same.
Yeah,
Sorry, I
it's just
glitched.
Still see you?
jumping.
I'm back.
Okay.
Did we all glitch?
No.
No.
Oh, I
just
glitched.
yourself.
Sorry.
No, it's
No.
all right.
Uh,
Fine, we didn't lose you.
So yeah, so I will start doing some chefy cooking up some treats, which takes an hour.
Okay. So you got. So what? Where were you doing this? I'm sorry.
In Luck's front garden.
So you literally
Literally,
sit into
the
Lux
dropping the side
and you
of
start getting out all your bits and pieces, your cooking kit and all that kind of stuff. Your tiny little Bunsen burner.
no. So Pudgy has a sort of a panel on his side, and it sort of drops down, and it's his energy.
So he's a grill.
And he basically has a barbecue mode.
Pudgy, Pudgy is essentially a walking barbecue. I love
Yeah.
that. You just kind of open.
That's why it can also do
Um,
the glass blowing as well. You see,
Because he's got a heating element inside.
you just have to turn it up to like 11, and then he can start melting glass.
And yeah, big that's where the glass kind of blows out of the mouth in big bubbles.
They'll be tasty, but you may not want to watch what goes into them.
Right. Hope you clean this thing in between uses.
Maybe that just gives it extra flavour.
Look, Nazum, you start, especially Luck, you smell the I don't want to say delights, because look what happened with Knick Knack's cooking last night. Knick Knack, make me a chef's tools roll, please.
It's actually part of the chef's thing.
Oh, okay, go on.
Beat.
So, with an hour's work, or when you finish a long rest, you can cook a number of treats equal to your proficiency bonus. These special treats last 8 hours after being made. Creatures can use a bonus action to eat one of these treats to gain temporary hit points equal to your proficiency bonus. So
Okay.
I'm basically cooking up a couple of everything in biscuits.
Okay. Nazum, Luck, you both wake up to the smell of, I want to say semi-baked goods, but more on the savory side, being baked outside of your front window.
Festival started already. Not hungry yet. Where's Luck?
Knick Knack, can you tell me whether some of those pies that you used were cheese pies?
They would have come from so yes, there probably would have been. I mean, to be honest, this is Knick Knack, so it probably was sort of,
Oh, sorry, I keep stalling, guys. I lost you.
to what they're made of. But yes, there probably is some cheese in there.
I
Oh, dear.
pitched out. Sorry, everybody.
No, it's all right. We still got you. We still heard you. Nazum, you smell the faint wisp of cheese in the air, very faint.
All right, I'll wisdom save it
Okay.
if that's okay with you, DM, to see if I'm tempted, because I am quite full.
Mm-hmm.
But
You are still very full from the night before.
yeah. It's a 15, DM.
That'll do. You've had a good rest. You haven't eaten in the last 8 hours. So you're not particularly ravenous or eccentric for cheese right now. So yeah, you pass that and you think, oh, I've had much better stuff recently. I'll let that one slide.
Okay. I will wait for Luck to wake up.
You're still riding the high of blue cheese. There's still bits on your whiskers that you're just nibbling on, and bits you're picking out from in between your teeth. So that stuff's much better than whatever you're currently smelling.
Yeah, essentially, I would wait, because I'm in Luck's house, for Luck to wake up and get out of bed.
You look up from your little corner and where you've curled up, where Luck put you, and Doran is gone. He has left. He seems to have gotten up. The blanket which Luck had put over him is open. It looks like Doran, being the early riser that he usually is, takes a bit more than a hard hangover to beat this man. And he has left early.
Now remind me, do I know the information, Ellie, about the egg
The letter
throwing?
or the egg throwing? How much have we shared, folks? That's the thing here, because there's been quite a few bits and pieces we've heard at this point about Doran. We've collected a fair bit of information.
I'd say yes.
Seems to be implicatory.
I'd say yes.
Okay, then I would probably, seeing that they were gone, pester for Luck to get up. So I'd be banging on Luck's door. Wake! Come
I
on!
think
You wake up to a banging on your door, Luck.
she would be. She would have awakened a tiny bit before that because.
Okay. You might not have left your room, but you're stirring. You're wandering around the room. You're getting yourself ready, in the privacy of your own space, and you hear a banging on the door.
It's like a bang, 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 and then scratch, scratch, scratch. You know, like when a dog digs at the bottom of a door. Like that.
Nazim, if you're scratching my door, I'm going to cut your fingers.
Ham!
What do you want?
He's gone.
Who?
Dorian.
Doreen works. It doesn't surprise me.
Dorian. Magic child.
We'll see everything in the morning. Now
This is
stop
on.
scratching my door.
No. Remember what he said. Every morning throws eggs at Doran. Magic child. Why not zap to me? Me my find. Throwing eggs at Doran early morning.
Do you really think she's going to be there this morning?
Don't know. Has friends.
That she does.
Friends rely on her, seems. Brains, methinks.
Mm. Like before going out, Locke is going to take a ring from one of the cupboard and put it on, but like inward. So like when you look at it normally, it's just a plain ring, and you don't see what's on the other side because it's hidden in the palm of the hand.
Okay. Easily
Come.
And
No
she's going
time
to
for
open the door.
finery.
As you open the door, you are witness to Knick-Knack and a opened up Pugsy on the on your front garden, making a form of breakfast.
Knick-knack cookies.
I think Nizu might be a little bit distracting, kind of half stumble over Pudgy. Because he's looking back at Luck going, come. No time for finery. And then kind of like stumble over.
Morning.
And then
Sorry.
and I'll lay on my back where I've fallen over Pudgy, possibly knocking a biscuit off, and look up to the sky. And do I see the crystal cat?
You certainly do, flying up above.
Ah. Cats are still here, I say to Luck.
That means Doran's still here. Cat
You do-
is following Doran. That's how I got here.
Mm.
No, Doran is gone.
The cat, while up in the air, isn't looking down at Luck's home. It's looking outward, looking north.
So towards the plus, like the marketplace.
Up towards the marketplace, yeah.
Okay.
There's one house over.
Hello, Knick-Knack.
Morning.
You making biscuits?
Yeah, they're good. I might let you have one if you're lucky.
Knick-Knack, Knick-Knack. Does your flying cat know where he is? Can it know?
It should be watching for him.
The house that is just next to the market.
Mm-hmm.
Whose house is it?
That would be.
Need to do some light thing because it's getting dark in here.
That is. Anwen's house.
Who?
Anwen. And she's a herbalist.
Ah. Okay.
Get you some tea. I think he's gone that way and point north. That's where Lynx is watching.
I
Can
see.
Lynx follow? Can you tell Lynx follow? We follow Lynx.
Lynx, have you lost him?
Lynx looks down at you and kind of shakes a little bit and then looks back over in the direction of it's northwest-ish.
Okay. I say, Knick-Knack, explain our way. Magic child. And as we go,
Okay.
like, if everyone follows, I will kind of say to Knick-Knack, explain the situation that went on in the evening, seeing someone spying on Luck's house, seeing that it was the Trixie Trina, and when I approached, I got zapped by some sort of magic energy.
So it's not long into this description because it isn't very long at all before walking out and around the corner of the house that you actually see Dorin. And as you walk around the corner and take the road up to the north, you see by this well, you see Dorin leaning over by the well, pulling up buckets of water and kind of washing himself and picking bits of eggshell and wiping what looks like egg yolk off of him and grumbling to himself. And bastard little fuckers.
Morning. Morning, Dorin.
Dorin, which way? Which way?
What?
Which way did it go?
What do you mean?
The kids.
Oh, those little fuckers. I don't know what you want with them. Are you going to bring them to justice or are you going to carry on fucking... Ugh.
To
What
precise
about my
something.
home? Are you going to be chasing down those people that keep breaking in?
Yeah. So
Ugh.
Luck's face.
Duty.
Luck's face actually, like she has the face that she's taking no shit today. She's absolutely dead serious.
What? Why are you looking at me like I've done something wrong?
You
Have
didn't do anything wrong. For now. Although, and she's
Right.
going to get out a letter. I need explanations.
It was you.
No.
And where did you get that?
The door was open.
So you thought while investigating the scene of a breaking and entering robbery, you thought that enabled you to pilfer my personal belongings.
Doran, if she is doing what you suspect, I am
Who's
very,
doing what?
very
What are we talking?
angry.
Start from the beginning. Look, I had a very long night. It was not. What are you talking about, Luck?
You suspect our dear new counselor of trying to sabotage everything that Silverfern has built up. And let's be honest, I will not stand for it.
Look, I wrote that letter a while ago. I didn't send it for a specific reason. All right, do I wish I'd sent it? Probably not. I didn't send it for a reason. I thought I would give the girl a chance. And that chance seems to have been spent. I continually question what her decisions are in council, especially that of reducing the silver we produce from the grove.
Reducing?
Vela wants to protect it, allow more to grow, saying we're over-harvesting it. But by reducing the harvest, that reduces my business. So no, I'm not
No,
a fan
you
of that
see, it
policy.
doesn't. It makes everything rarer and you get to charge more for it.
Try telling them that to people when it's already more expensive than the average person that wanders through this town.
Well, like take it to one of the big cities and sell it there.
Do you understand how much travel that would be? Going back and forth from a city. I'd have to pay merchants to take it, then I'd have to pay them a commission on it. It just makes more sense to stay here and sell what I have than to start letting other people have a piece of the pie.
A little bit bigger pie. It's like the people in the big cities are very rich.
Can we stop talking about pie?
I am not a businessman, I am a crafter. It has never been a problem before, so why does it need to be a problem now? Change is not necessary. There are plenty of ferns in that grove. We do not need to protect what is ours and
Is there
keep
more?
our sanctity.
Is there more or less now than there was 20 years ago?
Well,
Less.
now you're sounding like her. Ah,
Doran, if the
what?
celestial cities are involved, I have to have a word.
Celestial city? What on earth are you talking about? Why would what?
The only place your art is going to be valued is actually up there.
What, you're telling me that the only place that's going to value Silverferns is the other place Silverferns grow? That sounds more like more competition.
Surely you take it to Solaris, because that's like the complete opposite. So that's like really rare there.
Oh yes, let's take the magic silver that glows in moonlight. The one place the moon never fucking glows.
It's just silver over there. It's never nighttime.
Where did the kids go?
What?
The kids. Magic
Oh,
child.
fucking run off.
Ghost baby.
There's him.
He
What?
points Stargo towards the east along this. So you came up here. He says they ran down this alleyway and they went this way.
You see somebody knocking on Luck's front door.
Ghost baby. Come on. You want to see?
Luck, with your high perception, you would hear somebody behind and just round the corner where the front door is, like tapping on your front door.
Excuse me a second. And she goes to her house, like, may I help you?
Looking for Luck.
You have her before you.
Good. Alder at the inn said I might be able to rent a spare room from you. I arrived this morning.
A spare room.
Well, Alder says that some people around here taking visitors for the festival. The inn was booked up.
Did you try to go to the barracks?
Well, I've just come from the inn and she mentioned you had I haven't gone to the barracks yet. Do you think they'd take me?
They would take you. Do you know where it is?
Not really.
You want to see a ghost, baby?
Yes?
I'm coming in. Ghost babies.
I am
Okay,
not
let's
taking
follow.
more strays.
Huh?
I mean, I'm always interested in ghosts. It's a
Sleep.
bit bright for ghosts.
The Zoom is so frustrating.
Sorry, Luke, can I make them roll for persuasion? Because Luck is having none of it right now.
You can roll insight.
Insight?
There's no need for. You decide what you find persuasive or not me.
Mm.
Do I roll
It's-
against it?
If you don't want to go, you can tell me we don't go after the ghost babies. Just say no.
Hold on.
I'm not going to start saying like, oh, you are heavily persuaded by such and such. It's up to
17.
you as a party to
17.
decide what you want to do.
17 on insight because
You know, Nazum is absolutely lividly excited about tracking down Tina right now.
and Ellie found this new person I've met and I don't know the name of.
You see a rat person who of race that you have never seen before, but quite distinctively a humanoid rat, a goblin, this very tall Asimar-looking woman who, well, you know these people, you've met them before,
Mhm.
but they don't know
Yesterday.
that.
Yeah, but like what is Ellie's attention with the insight? Like what do you transpire? Are you trying to bullshit me? Are you trying to act?
What was the insight?
17.
I would say that Ellie doesn't exactly have a look of surprise on her face that there's a rat person talking to her and a goblin along with an Asimar. Your wanderings as a party together around the town have brought looks and a bit of curiosity, as this is a very strange group of individuals for this town to have individually, yet alone all together. But Ellie doesn't seem to mind it in any way or such, or be surprised in any kind of way, and seems to be more interested about the talk of ghost children than that of the Asimar goblin and rat person in front of her.
What's your name?
Ellie, nice to meet you. I know your name. Your name is Luck.
Where do
Alder
you
told
come
me.
from?
South. Bit of a traveller. Came for the festival.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't expect the 50. Alder said you were frosty.
Nazum,
Yes.
you feel something on the air, a tug, the whistling of a tune.
I follow it.
Um,
Not even asking them to come with this time.
Nick, Nat, and Punchy will follow. And I want to summon down Lynx and tell them to fly above us and keep an eye out for Trina and do the red and blue flashy lights if they spot Trina.
Right.
Are we going to
Um,
follow the goblin and the rat?
Nazum, you head off down the street. You make your way down. You turn south at this intersection, and you start making your way down here.
So not the
goblin
way
and the
I was directed. I run back past Luck's house.
Yeah.
So I've been
Back
sniffing
past
the air and
Luck's
trying to
house.
pull Luck one way, going, come on, come on, come on, come on. And then you suddenly hear my ear just go, you see my ear go, whoop. And I don't even say anything. I almost go more feral. I go down onto all fours, not keeping my humanoid form, and I scurry in the other direction, but hotly pursued by a metallic pug and a goblin.
Yeah. And a flying crystal cat.
You start making your way south.
Yeah.
You get to the lumberyard down here, and you make your way past. The noise of the lumberyard is not drowning out the music. As you get further south, the melody is starting to get a little bit stronger, and you get to the base of this hill.
Do I hear
here.
words?
As everybody, you don't hear words. No, it's
Just
like
a
a
song.
soft
trying
melodic
to follow.
rhythm that builds and builds as you get further and further south.
I follow
You
her.
follow.
Yeah, because like one moment there was someone behind me, and
I
like,
would-
what do you mean the rat and the goblet? Oh my god!
Can I?
Child minding again.
I needed to talk to. Oh, God! Just follows behind, still trying to enter a room.
Look, as you about get to here,
Mm.
you see up towards the top of a hill, you see 3 children sitting on the steps of what looks to be some kind of ruined tower. When I say a tower, it looks like it once was a tower, but all that's left is the ground floor and a set of stairs going down the side of the hill. And at the top of these stairs, you see 3 children sitting on the top, kicking and swinging their legs and giggling to each other. On the left, you see Bunty. On the right, you see Dale. And in the middle, you see Trina.
She's going to go straight to the kids.
Um,
Morning, you three.
This is going to be more difficult than I thought.
Morning, says Bunty. Dale kind of just sits there and says, hi, waves. And Trina kind of just looks up at you with a big smile and a grin and just sits there rocking back and forth.
Trina,
I point my finger and just scream, Ghost Brother!
Um,
Kind of looks at you with a smile and tilts her head.
can I have a word, my dear?
When's have I not done it, Luck? That one zapped me, hurt me.
She stands up, she slips off the lip of the stair and walks slowly towards you.
Yeah.
And stands in front of you, looking up at you. As a
can
child, your very tall figure looming over her.
Yeah. Sorry, Matt. What were you saying?
I would like to do my ghost person test and just walk up sort of beside them and just boop.
You're met with a physical push of a nose. But make me a
investigation.
because it's senses, we're going to say perception again.
A perception.
All this time I've got my finger out.
So
Natural
90.
20. As you boop her on the nose.
No, just did poke her on the side sort of thing, yeah.
Oh, you poke her on the side?
Yeah.
Depends. How tall's Trina?
Well, she's a gnome. She's a halfling. So she's not very big either. And I'm little for being small. So I probably am bigger than her.
Yes.
So it's probably sort of shoulder type area that I would poke.
It's solid. You feel material.
Okay.
But there doesn't seem to be as much give there. There isn't a lot of padding. Like if you poked Dell, you'd expect there to be a bit of a podge. But with Trina, she's got more of a slight form. You poke and you feel bone underneath the cloth. But that's about it.
I'll turn to the Zoom and say, I don't think she's a ghost. Look, she's like there.
But it's you two.
I've got my finger outstretched, pointing, and I always keep Trina at least a foot in front of that finger, and just kind of, if she comes into the kind of circle of us, I circle away. So that that's what she last night zapped me. Energy, high power, killed in this room. Sus. Bad.
And Bunty and Dell kind of just like, she what? No.
Stop it,
And
you
then
two.
Dell's just like, yeah, what are you talking about?
Luck is going to kneel before Trina, and she's going to take her in her arms, like.
Trina kind of steps back as you try to take her in your arms. She doesn't mind being in close proximity to you, but she doesn't seem to want to be touched in that regard.
Did we scare you last night?
She continues to smile.
Do you know how to control it?
She nods.
So you just wanted to get away from this?
She nods again.
What is it? What do you know? What does it do?
Which of your parents?
The face just blinks.
Hi, mate.
God, she's gonna find out she's adopted.
Bunty pipes up. Trina doesn't have any parents.
You don't know which one gave you this power?
Trina just stares at you. What powers? Look, Trina doesn't have any parents. Okay, she can't. Sometimes she stays with me. Sometimes she stays with Dell. Right, Dell? Yeah.
Does it ever speak?
Trina
I don't
does.
think she can.
Ugh.
She has great ideas, though.
And you're right.
How she tell you ideas?
Well, when we wanted to start egging Doran, when Trina started egging Doran, she kind of just dragged us along. She showed us the eggs, and we thought, oh, this is going to be fun because eggs. And we followed her one morning, and she started throwing eggs at Doran, so we joined in because it looked really fun.
Trina. Your gift could have killed someone. If I
The
wasn't there,
smile fades a little bit.
I'm not blaming you. I was there, fortunately. But you have to learn to be careful with it. Just as I learned to control mine.
What is it? What does it do? Why is it a ghost?
It's not a ghost.
Ghost energy.
It's not cursed energy. Trina, you are surely an halfling. But perhaps some of your parentage come from the sky. And while you have learned that you had those powers, that doesn't mean that are not harmful to others and to yourself, specifically to yourself.
It was harmful for me.
You scared her.
Scared me. Was watching your house. Creepy.
Luke,
Mm-hmm.
with the chaos of Trina, who seems to cause problems for the fun of it,
Mm-hmm.
does she ring more of my home than Luke's?
Make me a...
Because she don't seem like some celestial to me. She seems like some little chaos
Make me a
creature.
Nate Make me a nature check.
Natural 20 for a 21.
Oh,
Jesus, fuck!
yeah.
Right.
So we're talking. Not my low rolls.
There doesn't seem to be anything. The mischievous nature
Could just be a
that
kid,
Trina
but it could be
is.
home.
Yeah, exactly. It's very childlike. Is there anything that distinctly makes it ring of your home? Not really, no. But at the same time, other than Nazum's interaction with her last night, nothing seems to ring of what Luck thinks of either.
So, look,
Something very different about this child.
so
Incredibly different.
are you saying that Trina's like magic?
He is.
I'm from Sky Parents, apparently. Whatever that means.
Don't think she's like you.
So, like Trina, what magic stuff can you do other than like trying to kill Nazum?
Don't get to show you again.
I step behind Knick Knack.
She turns around and she starts to skip up the stairs and hop. And she gets up about 10 stairs high up this hill. Turns around to face you all and jumps forward as if jumping off the stairs towards you and disappears. Bunty
That's the cool trick.
Bunty and Durl turn around and you just see Bunty's just like, whoa! And then Durl's just there like jaw just dropped, just like
Knick Knack's just there clapping.
Okay.
I just put an apple in his
Trina
mouth.
is gone.
I just put an apple in his mouth.
Is it more like a misty step or a blink?
It's not like any kind of transportation magic you've seen before.
She didn't like cast any. She didn't say any somatics or do any.
Yes, there was no somatic components. This was not a spell. This just happened.
I'm gonna go up to where she jumped from and have a look round and see if I can spot her.
Make me a perception check.
I have my finger pointed at full radius, spinning round.
I rolled a 19 for an 18.
You don't see her at all. You're standing on top of this hill and you look out and you try to see if she's kind of appeared anywhere in the nearby vicinity, and you can't see her. Nazum, the music has stopped.
Trina, are you still here?
I don't think she did any magic, so maybe she's on a different plane of existence.
Stop singing.
You need magic to be able to jump from plane to plane, unless you have some kind of special abilities.
How do you know so much?
About magic?
Yeah.
I
He's
am
7 foot tall and
magic.
glows.
I do not glow.
Nazum,
Yes.
you hear a voice in your head.
I listen.
I am sorry. I didn't mean to hurt you. You startled me.
It's curious. Fascinating all the time, I say out loud. Is it in my head? Do I know to
That was
respond
in your
telepathically?
head.
Sorry?
That was in your head.
Do I know to respond telepathically? Or no, I probably
You
would have
don't-
not done it before.
Don't feel like you're able to. You don't feel like you're thinking in any way other than you're normally thinking. You
I
could
will
think
speak out
something in
loud
your
and
head,
go,
and whether somebody else hears it, you don't know.
I will say, curious, always curious or seeking. Are you the singer? Are you the one that makes the melody?
You hear no
And the rest of
response.
you would hear that as well because I'm saying it out loud.
Who are you talking to?
Voice.
You hear no response. Dale kind of is still just stood there, just like, and Bunty's just like goes over to Dale and just like, "Come on, Dale, let's go try and find her, see where she's disappeared to."
I say to the others, Trina spoke. She said she is sorry that she hurt me. I think she may be the singer. The one.
I'll be.
The
You
one who
two.
called me.
And she speaks to the kids. You two go home for the day. Okay?
No. Please, Luck, let me speak to them.
What do you need?
What? Like Dale kind of snaps out of it. Oh, okay. What?
When Trina goes away,
Mm.
will you find her again?
She finds us. Usually.
Hmm.
How long that take?
I don't know. Not long at all. First thing in the morning. When we throw eggs at Doran. We go and wake outside Doran's house, and there she is, waiting for us.
None of you know where she sleeps.
Well, as we said, sometimes she comes over to mine, and sometimes she goes over to Dell's. But I always fall asleep before her. Oh, me too.
Go home, you two. You've done good.
Okay. Did we?
You did.
Oh, yay! We helped. And they wander off. Back
And
into
no eggs.
too late. As they run off.
Look,
Yes.
can I then? We were having a conversation, and then I think his name's Nazoom shouted about a ghost child. May I, or do you have the room? I'm confused.
What confused me seems that you're not very surprised to see Knick-Knack, Nesm and I.
Why would you? I was told about you, 7 foot tall, scary lady.
That's not what you said.
No, I called you Frosty, but I realized it was a bad idea.
Mm-hmm.
She said you liked it the way you like it, and I'm not entirely sure what that meant.
Means
I've
I
met
like.
cats that talk, and so a rat that talks isn't that much far of a leap, and everyone knows goblins.
What is a cat? Sounds disgusting.
I like cats. Though I don't think a cat would like you.
I'll wait for Nazoom to meet a tabaxi.
A rat that talks doesn't seem like that much of a leap, to be honest. And everyone knows goblins. I'm more interested by the little metal dog he has, though it's not that little.
Pudgy. I made him.
Nice to... Oh, did you?
That's a good dog. Nazoom likes
He
dogs.
carries all my stuff and he lets me ride on him. And you can cook breakfast in the mornings. He's good. He's a good pup.
Ellie.
Do you know how to... Oh, I'm getting confused again. So, Alder, the Silverfern proprietor, I think, said that I could go to you to rent a... Oh, God, I seem to have gotten myself in a bit of a pickle.
Can I insight this confusion? Because to Lux right now, this confusion is
It's because you know it's me.
no. I don't know it's you, but your confusion is something.
She has
Strange.
rooms. She has room. I slept on room. I slept in a room.
Right. Can I do an insight?
If you wish.
What are you trying to insight here? What are you trying to discern?
I like
How
what
full
it
of
feels
shit
right
is he?
now. Yeah, like the confusion doesn't seem exactly genuine.
It
Okay.
is. They're trying to
Roll
get
me
on one
insight.
conversation. You keep on about other shit.
They just want to rent a room. They're confused because you haven't got a room.
No, it's more just this is a lot more complicated than I thought it'd be.
Yeah, I mean, roll me insight.
Room. Doran slept in one room. I slept in the room too. Doran threw a
19.
blanket on the floor.
Well,
28.
yeah. So this person just seems like they have had a long road and
Wants
are
to go to
genuinely
bed,
looking
and
for
this is
somebody
very
somewhere
complicated,
where
and
they
I just
can
want to go to sleep.
just bunk
Yes.
up for a little bit and try and get sort of their bearings. They don't seem to know this town very well.
What brought you here? I look at Ellie. What brings you
Came
here?
for festival.
You didn't get you didn't get a note.
No,
You didn't get the song.
I like songs. I don't remember any particular one.
You didn't hear it then. Only me.
Are you okay?
No.
Was Nedum the only one that heard the song?
It's a thing with his Warlock patron, I
Yes.
think.
Oh,
Zum is the only one hearing music.
okay.
Is it gone
like-
now? Is it?
It
it's
has
still
gone.
there?
Gone.
I like.
Ellie,
What note?
later. Ellie,
Okay.
do me a favor.
Yes.
If you want to be able to rent a room in my house, go
Would
to
be
the
good.
barracks. Go to the barracks and ask for a job.
Okay.
We are in need of guards because of an incident.
Okay. Oh God, what
Someone
have I
has
got
been
myself
robbing
into?
shops. Disgusting.
Really?
Yeah.
Not very good.
Breaking
Barracks.
entry.
Apparently, this place was supposed to be safe.
Do you
Yeah,
see
could
the
be.
building over here? Like, because
Yes.
we're kind of on a hill, so
You're
I
on
think
the hill. You can probably see the barracks from here.
Yeah,
So
that's
being
my
on the
point.
hillside, you see over the lumber yard and over to the northwest from where you are. You can see it's more westerly than northwest. You see the barracks. You see some young people training outside with mannequins. But then there's like it's not a full wall. I'm not talking. It's not a wall that kind of you'd need siege equipment to siege. We're talking this wall's probably about 10 foot high. And from this height, you can see over the wall and see a courtyard where there's people milling about and whatnot, and activity around the barracks. Luck, with your keen sight, you can see Liam from this distance.
Right. You see this
Milling
building?
about.
Oh boy. You see this building over there?
Yes.
It's the barracks. Go see someone called Liam.
Okay.
Say you come from me,
I say hi to Leon.
Okay.
and say you're looking for a job.
Okay. I don't seem to have much other choice. The inn's all booked up, and this is very. Okay. It just trudges down the hill.
I'll come too.
Okay, Knick-Knack.
Well, you all do need to report in at some point.
You
So-
make things.
I make all sorts of things.
Would you make me something?
What would you like?
I always liked birds. You made a rat. You made a big pug. It's tremendous.
All right. Nazim,
Huh?
see the crystal little thing floating about?
Yes. Been watching
Cat.
it.
That is a cat.
And the crystal thing is still following Doran, correct?
No,
Like
No.
it was looking for Trina because I
Oh, you
retasked.
called it off for Trina. Yes, sorry.
I
Okay.
asked it to keep an eye for Trina and do its flashy lights when it's easier.
Well, she's just kind of circling at the moment. Links.
I will say, didn't
While
get
they're
close
searching.
look. Have not had close look. Made of crystal, cats all see through.
No. But this
Ah.
one is cat-shaped.
Shape of cat. Quite ugly, isn't it?
I found cats quite appealing and appeasing compared to dogs.
Miserable. Miserable form. No artistry. God's mistake.
The rodent in
Nazum
this
has some
room
hard
is
feelings towards felines.
unhappy.
If anyone
right.
is a
Roll-
mistake, Nazim, I think you should look in the mirror.
Oh.
I was. I
Knick-knack.
know.
Oh gods.
Good.
Knick-knack, are you coming? Just starts to push
Yeah,
Knick-knack away.
I'll head down to the barracks.
You
I
can help
just
me
think-
point me towards Liam
Yeah,
before the angel lady and the mouse.
Nazuma,
Start
look,
fighting.
are you following to the barracks?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not an angel.
Just tell me of endearment. Let's go.
You make your way down the hill, past the lumber yard, and you rejoin the road. And you start making your way towards the barracks.
Seems to know
Should
lots
we
about
take
angel
a
children.
short break there, folks, to get
yeah, fine.
hydrated and whatnot?
Yeah.
Could I just on the walk down? Can I pick up a sort of a pebble about yay big, and then can I sort of basically scribble on it, give it a big red button, and imbue it with the ability to like tweet 6 seconds worth of bird song every time you press the button, and I'll give it to Ellie.
Oh, that's nice.
Thank
That'll
you.
do for a start.
Thank you. Just ruffles your head.
You might cut yourself on random stuff tied.
You pull your
yeah.
hand away, there's like some needles in it. Ow.
Oh.
All sorts of like fragments of metal, like
Yeah, I kind of
filaments
see
and stuff like that.
knick-knack as sort of almost the magpie of, oh, that's shiny, I'll keep that. I'll find a use for that later.
Adds to hair.
Ow.
Pete, can you just pause the
Has anyone ever brushed that?
recording? Sorry.
Yes, I will pause the recording. Ready? Go.
Right then, folks. So on your approach to the barracks, you see a few new hands out front. You see some more of the young folk, and you see some of the tourists that appeared to be enjoying themselves last night at the market square have seem to have taken up the ranks of the guard, have been moved by words at the vigil by Vela, and have taken up the cloak and joined the ranks of the guard to help support Silverfern. So there's a few more bodies part of your ranks than there were before. As you make your way into the small courtyard of the barracks, you see Liam wandering around with a clipboard, looking at loads of boxes, ticking them off, looking at goods that seem to be filled with everything from flour to all sorts of different foods, counting swords as he goes along on the racks, making sure that there seems to be enough and ample supply for new recruits. And as you start to make your approach towards Liam, you see Mara come out of the main doorway into the barracks and come out, and she immediately catches your gaze.
Hello,
Oh, I
Mara.
see. Showing up now, are we? So, how did we fare last night on our little wager?
I would say we
Oh.
won.
Hmm?
I would say we won.
All right, who scored the highest? Two?
Pointing at the little ones.
Just
I think it was the
fucking
ring
didn't.
top.
Knick-knack, how much? What did you
Well, they didn't explain
you
it
score?
properly. So, like, I wasted some because, like, I thought it was who could break the most bottles, and I definitely did that. But they didn't explain it properly. And then they said, but they didn't give me my things back, even after I tried to fix their bottles and everything. I don't know. I can't remember what I got. I think that probably
Oh,
will.
let's
I got
hope
like
my
27. I
computer
forgot.
remembers. I
You want me
don't
to
think
grab
my
mine?
computer remembered because it was when I lost a load of shit.
I
Frustratingly,
can
so
probably
all
tell
those
you
those
'cause,
speeches I did for Vela and for Alistair are completely gone. So the only existing record of them is the recording. I know, really annoying.
hang
So,
on, it might
and
be
in there was the notes, the scores that I was keeping for all the different things that you wrote down for the flower, for the things. So I should have watched
I
the
think
recording.
Cass
I haven't had
won,
time.
but Cass has
Cass
disappeared
won.
Cass won. I think Cass
Um,
got.
handily.
You had
Max
5 shots.
bar one.
I'm trying to remind
Max
myself.
except for one.
Yeah.
But Cass
so
isn't here anymore.
I think you got 20 out of
Annoying.
25. Was that correct?
Well, yeah, but he's gone now. So
And then I think Knick-Knack only got 10.
No, I think I
Yeah.
did better than that. I think I
Yeah.
got.
He got
I
like
think
20.
it was
He got
about 12 or 14, that sort of order of magnitude.
Has anybody got it written down?
No, I was looking in
I
the,
didn't do
the
it.
recap.
I got
Oh, the
terrible.
recap. Is it in the recap? Did I put it in
I'm
the
just
recap?
looking through it. It doesn't look like it is.
Oh, shit.
Cass scored quite high.
We'll go back at the recording at some point and we'll find out the exact number.
Yeah.
well, it doesn't matter because the person who won ran away.
Yep.
I think it was Cass. They got lots of points.
Sort of.
Well, Cass seems to have absconded and is the suspect of 2 crimes from last night. So don't hate me if I don't take his score into account.
So you
Okay.
would say that you want to cheat?
Well, he's not
We
exactly
had an
there to
accord.
choose now who gets
Are you
to
going
go.
back on your word?
I am not going back on my word, but what I am saying is if he's no longer a member of the guard and he can't choose which watch you're going to take on the 3rd night, what difference
He's-
does it make?
But they were
He's not
when
the
they
one in
won the
charge.
competition.
Cass? And why
Who
is he
came
in?
second? Let's put it like that.
I think the Zoom did.
No, Nazum did appallingly.
Then I did then.
Yeah, you did.
Right.
Well, we can have a
They'll have
rematch.
it on the scoreboards, I'm
Okay.
sure. And
Is
I
there
will
a
find out
target board
tonight
here?
how much.
Is there a target board here?
There are there are bullseyes.
Okay, let's
and
set
arrows.
up and we'll throw things at the target and see who's the better shot. Do it that way. We just like decide it now.
I tell you what, against my better judgment, fine. I'm willing to give you a second chance.
Mara,
Yes. Oh,
Come here.
yeah, luck. What?
to be fair, I do not want them to stay in the city. They've done enough.
Okay. Well, I'm going to
Done
win
very
anyway,
good with
so-
stopped crimes.
Look, a lot of you are on patrol duty down at the Grove tonight anyway. You had your fun last night. Tonight is my turn. So this is to see who gets to go where on the 3rd night.
Okay.
Even if I do lose, I
And
can
the
still say I won.
pilots in Mara.
Right.
That one at
Joy,
20 paces, yeah?
where's Liam?
Liam's busy.
Okay. Luck
Checking
sent
on the
me.
stock for the new recruits.
Said I had to get a job.
Oh, yes, I don't recognise you. Sorry, you looked
Hello.
familiar. I thought, never mind. Well, are you looking to sign up?
Well, I need to. Yes.
You've got a bow there. Why
Yes.
don't you jump in the competition here? Let's
I-
see how good you are. See if you're worth your salt.
Okay. Of course.
All right then. Who else is going to take me on? We've got the newcomer here. What was your name? Sorry, darling.
Ellie.
Ellie. Oh, I see. Right. So Ellie's taking me on.
What's
Who
wrong
else?
with Ellie?
Nothing's wrong with Ellie. It's just a bit.
Oh, I'm not doing this again. Rubbish.
No one in
Zooms
here
out.
seems very
Knick-knack.
nice. Knick-knack, you seem like
Yeah.
the kindest one.
I'll shoot.
Luck. Are you going to bother?
But I'm not
Kindness
that
is like
kind.
cats. Rubbish.
I think luck is like a cat.
20 paces back.
Takes
I'm gonna
ages
go
to get to know
first.
you, and still scratches.
Nazim, you don't need to laugh because you're quite the same.
I like Nezum.
You can be a menace.
Mara takes a longbow from her back, goes back 20 paces, pulls the string, takes out a training arrow, and takes a shot. And absolutely biffs it as one arrow goes flying past the mark
Was
Where's
that-
the
and
arrows?
pierces a bag that Liam is counting as grain starts to fall out the side. And he kind of looks over and he goes, "Bloody hell, Mara! What are you doing? Could have killed me."
Where's the
That was a
arrows?
big
Immediately,
shot.
That's Liam.
immediately,
Nice to meet you, Liam.
as soon as Nazoom sees someone in difficulty, Nazoom goes to help. Nazoom is trying to catch the grain underneath Liam. He's like catching it in his hand. He's like turning his cheese-stained robe inside out, turning it into like a little bucket, collecting the grain. Helping.
Oh, thank you, Nizam. Yes. Yeah. Let's just grab that, and then if you can help me count these.
Yes,
I've
that's
got a
one
mark. Just
grain.
tell me how many of that bag. No, not the individual grain. The bags. And in the meantime, while Nazoom is helping
Yeah.
count the grain,
Mara? May I call you
oh,
Mara?
this is her
Or
first
do you
shot.
have like
Well,
a type?
that is my name. You can
I
call me
know,
Sergeant if you want, but I don't really care.
I thought she was
Okay.
lieutenant.
Mara? Where are the arrows?
In the bag of grain.
Well,
That's a
over
good
there,
point.
you've got the weapon
I go
racks
towards
there.
the bag of grain and
Next to
pick
the
up the
swords,
single
there are some
arrow.
bows and there's some quivers
One
there, some
arrow.
bows, arrows.
I get the one
Um,
arrow from Nezum.
So, how far are we actually shooting from?
20 feet.
20 feet. Brilliant. So Knick-Knack pulls out this. Well, it started life as a dart, and it has wire coiled around it, and the flights are sort of twisted and sort of shaped to try and give it sort of aerodynamicness. And we'll lob that at the board.
Is this an electromagnetic dart?
This is a dart that's infused with the returning power.
I see.
It's one of my
Take a shot.
Infusions.
yeah, it's one of my infusions. I may have killed the board and then it flies back to my hand. I got a natural 20.
Damn. Straight through the bullseye.
I did 11 points of piercing damage.
So you throw the dart so hard it goes through the bullseye, straight into another bag of grain, and then flies back and comes straight back through the bullseye to your hand. And another bag of grain is split open and starts pouring onto the ground. There's Nozum's there now trying to catch grain from two holes of two leaking bags of grain.
This one. Oh no.
See what I'm
Liam just
dealing
kind of
with?
grabs you by the wrist and he's just like, maybe we should get out of the firing line, and he kind of pulls you over to the side, out of the way from.
first place?
Luck is going to look at Ellie like, see what I'm dealing with.
Who put the sacks here? Right by the practice. Careless, Liam.
It was me, but okay.
You're
Mara,
doing a
may
good
I?
job.
I'm going to. Oh God.
Right, who's next? Good shot.
I'm going to. Okay. $15.
You hit the target. It's not a dead bullseye, but you hit the target. Well done. 3 shots each, by the way. I forgot to mention that. She takes out her
Okay.
bow and she tries to have another shot. Um, 25. Bullseye. Not quite goes through the hole in the middle of the center of the bullseye, but it hits the radius of the bullseye. That's more like it. Oh, I just had to stretch out a little bit. First shot of the day is always a bit iffy. You're up, Goblin.
Um, 18.
That hits.
And then
Just
it'll fly back.
outside of the bullseye. Right. Ellie? Oh, bullseye. So again,
Um,
um,
I think I nat 20'd it. I'm not sure.
I'll double check. Yeah, you nat 20
Got
it.
25.
So no, yeah, 25, but nat 20. Straight through, the arrow goes straight through
The
the
dart
hole.
hole. Into a bag of grain.
And slap bang into the already leaking bag of grain that was there before, but it
Oh.
doesn't. The arrow doesn't return.
Sorry,
Um,
Liam.
Right. Seems like
I'll
we've
help
got
you
some
clean it up
competition
later.
today.
And I look at Mara and smile.
It'd be nice
Am
to
I
have
worth
somebody
my
with some
salt?
decent aim.
Am I
Well, we'll
worth my
see.
salt?
One more shot each yet.
Okay.
And she brings her bow back and takes a third and final shot. And second one, not quite through the middle of the hole of the bullseye, but still in the bullseye zone. So she's had 2 bullseyes and a miss so far. Knick Knack has had 1 bullseye and an
18 got me.
just outside the bullseye, and then Ellie has had 1 outside the bullseye and a bullseye. So
Yeah. I did a 15 and a 25.
So if you both get bullseyes, you both beat Mara.
And technically speaking, I sneak attacked the thing.
Are you using steady aim?
Yeah, of course I am.
Okay.
I am not. I got a 16.
16. So boom, just
Should I not
to
have?
the edge of the bullseye as well. No, you can. That's
I just
absolutely
thought
fine.
if I'm showing off, I'm going to show off.
Yeah. Ellie, 1 more attack.
$18.
Boom, just next to the bullseye. Samara, technically, even though she got 2 bullseyes and a miss, you both got 1 bullseye plus 2 hits in, which just about, I think, I haven't done the math on this. Let me check my sheet.
Equalize?
I think it does. I think we need to do a tie break.
We have a shooter.
As bullseye is 10 points, so she's got 20. And then you've got 10. plus 2 5s each,
We're
which
all
is
on 20.
So everybody's on 20. Right. Guess we have to do a tie break. One more shot each. If it's still a tie by the end of that, then fine, we will do it again. Right, here we go. And she draws back and she takes her final shot. And just to the right of the bullseye.
I think it's your turn. Nick.
25.
Okay. Oh, 12.
Ooh, that goes into the third column. So you've got the bullseye, which is 10, the outer ring, which is 5, and then you've got the third column on the outside, which is 3. So you're sat at 23. Oh, I can taste that market again already. I haven't even been there yet. Come on then, Ellie. Secure this.
25. Nat 20 for 25.
Straight through the center hole again. Second arrow in the back by the sack of grain, and you see her face just fall a little bit like, oh. I want to be angry, but at the same time, it's nice to have somebody who's almost as good a shot as I am.
Almost, I won.
Welcome to the team.
I put my hand out to shake her hand.
She shakes your hand. Now,
What did I win?
you want yourself a cloak and some guard garments.
They give you a nice
You also-
notebook too.
You also won yourself
Really?
the night patrol on the Grove tonight with this lot, so well done. Try and keep him in line a little bit better than the last guy did. Luck needs to have a little bit of help by the looks of things.
Dearly neat.
I did promise, and I go to Liam and I go find a dustpan and brush and just help Liam.
At this point, I've just led Liam over to like a barrel, and I've somehow found him a cup of tea, and I'm just consoling Liam about the grain spillage. It's okay, Liam, don't worry.
Seemed like a good idea at the time. Like people wouldn't be there, so people wouldn't be getting involved in it. And I didn't think arrows were. I won't do it again.
It's
next time.
actually a good backstop because like they absorb all the impact, so it doesn't like hurt anyone. It's actually a good idea.
See, that's what I thought.
Suggest bags of sand next time.
Anyway, Liam, can you get back to the patrol specifications, letting people know what they have to do tonight? Thank you. I am going to go and get ready for a lovely night at the festival. I am not going to get too drunk. I want my aim to be true. I've got a title to uphold. Mara wanders off.
Rest
back
well,
in-
Mara.
Thank you, Luck. And she wanders in, and Liam kind of stands there with his clipboard and his cup of tea.
Hello, Liam.
I don't know what she wants me to tell you. I mean, you already know that you're doing the evening shift. Maybe she just wants me to rub it in. I don't know. Mara's a bit salty these days.
Perhaps I should have.
Right.
Feel like I've got
So the
myself
night
in
watch
bed.
in the Grove. Really simple.
Yes.
Don't let anybody steal any ferns,
Yes.
and that's about it.
Luck looks immediately to Knick-Knack and Nezum.
Doesn't need to steal it. Has cloak, look. And Nazim.
If anything,
Shows
it's a
you.
bit overkill. Usually we only put 2 or 3 people on this, and well, there's 4 of you plus whatever you call those things, the robot dog and the thing that's flying
Punchy.
in the sky.
They're in the book. They're in the guard. That's like guard Punchy, and that's guard Link.
Anything else that you need to report after last night?
More than the mess that happened last time.
Look, I didn't expect you to go in there and blast the fucking door open, all right?
I
Wish I
didn't do
hadn't told
it.
you that now, and if anybody asks, I didn't tell you that you could do that, all right? Mara still doesn't know that I told you to go over there.
I didn't do it.
I'm just there brushing up grain, going, what on earth?
I was asleep.
Nezum was asleep and apparently breaking and entering is a thing guards do.
Liam, I didn't do it.
Believe you, but I also put you in charge of this lot.
Yeah,
So this lot, these two.
and
You were
these
supposed to
two,
keep us in check.
I'm supposed to keep you in check, but how do you expect me to keep you in check when you just wander off?
No.
You
No,
almost
no.
got killed last night.
I'm sorry,
Knack?
what?
Me and my
You have a
baby.
ghost baby.
Not a ghost baby. It's just some kid that apparently likes to
Who has
appear and
powers?
disappear.
Rena.
Oh God, you know about her.
Well, Thomas has been trying to catch her for, well,
Yeah.
weeks now,
Apparently
but every
she
time
has
he gets
magic.
close, she just manages to get away.
Who
Apparently she
has?
has
Somebody
magic.
helped her get away yesterday in the market square in the morning. Really
Liam.
annoyed him.
Liam, I'm going to ask a strange question, but has Trina always been here, as far as you can remember?
I mean, she's been here for the last 6 months.
Hmm.
No one knows, like, she doesn't seem to have a home that we know of. We think she might be living on the street. Thomas is trying to catch her to help her, but she keeps getting away, despite
So
the
did
fact
I.
that she
So
keeps
did I try and catch her, Liam.
causing trouble.
Apparently
Liam,
she's
I tried to catch her. She has ghost powers.
Doesn't have ghost power. She hits you with radiant.
Sorry,
Where
what?
does radiance come?
Technically,
she's
the
magic.
heavens.
Where?
What?
Apparently she's magic.
She's Luck is going to gently take Nezer's hand and show Liam the damage that is still kind of here.
I'm sorry, you're telling me we have a magic street urchin running around causing trouble?
Apparently.
Maybe. And while she
Oh,
knows,
maybe. Yes, she killed Nazir.
She
What?
killed. She what?
I was there, don't worry, I healed it.
You
She
said
seems
that.
to know of a power. However,
Is
she
she
doesn't
dangerous?
know. She's a kid.
Behind Luck's head, you just see Ellie go.
Right. Okay. I don't know what to do with this information. I'm
Well,
going to.
don't go on a witch hunt. That's all I'm asking you.
Absolutely not. Like, you're saying that she killed someone. I am not going after that. I do not need to get involved in this.
She
I
didn't
tell you
do it
what.
on purpose, I
I mean,
think.
to kill somebody, don't they have to be dead?
Well, yeah. Wait. Yeah, exactly. Like, hold on. How can you? What?
And I just gesture at the rat that's walking about.
I healed him.
Life flash before eyes.
You
Nezum
didn't
tried to
quite die.
No. Nezum tried to catch her. He startled her by trying to grab her, for what I understood. And she basically unleashed her magic to be able to get away in fear.
Right. Well, if we see her again, can we try with a little bit more of a diplomatic approach?
What
Not
is
scare her
Did.
away?
We did this morning. That's why I'm giving you the answers.
what is diplomatic?
Talker, don't get shot.
Ah, know this.
Or blasted in your case.
Know this. Understand.
Anyway. Yeah, we met Ellie on the way, and apparently she wants to rent my room. I
Right.
don't
Okay. Well,
know.
welcome aboard. I heard you beat Mara. She's not like that.
I came for the festival, and apparently all the inn rooms are full.
Well, yeah, it's a busy time of year for us. I'm surprised you didn't come earlier. You held up on the road or something?
Yes.
Right. Well, there's bunks inside. Pick one out. Get yourself a padlock for your chest if you want to keep things in there. Other than that,
I
you
think according
opens
to
the
the
chest next to
deal,
and
I'm
pulls out
staying
a
with
cloak
Luck.
and throws you a cloak.
Or am I? I'm confused. Am I staying with you? And looks at Luck.
Oh, you already have lodgings? I thought you just said that
That's
you
the
couldn't get a room at the inn.
point. I asked her if I could stay with her because our Alda says she sometimes has visitors
Oh,
and lets
well
people
then.
rent rooms, and then she says for me to come here.
To get a
I've
job.
sort of ended up. I don't know.
It's finally.
I
I'll
had
stay
money.
here.
I don't need money. I could have just. But apparently you need help, and I'm a good shot.
Well,
But I don't think my talents
we've
help
got a lot
small
of kids
children.
that don't seem to be particularly experienced.
And I gesture
why
at the
we're doing a
boat,
lot of
and I'm
training.
like, then I don't know why I'm. Oh gods. Both of them.
Goddesses thing, yeah, but I understand what you mean. You must not be very religious. Right. Keep an eye out for Trina. Don't startle her. Maybe try and find out where she's staying or something. I don't know. Anything else about Doran?
Got egged.
Got
This
egged
morning,
again? Well,
by
there's nothing new.
Derland a lot.
I know, but what I'm talking about, is there any more evidence?
No idea. I came here this morning.
Sorry,
Letter.
Ellie. Not to be rude, but I'm talking to these guys that did some
Sorry.
questionable investigation last night.
I
The
didn't do
letter.
it.
What letter?
The letter.
Nezum.
Look,
Sure.
what is he talking about?
Months ago, Doreen wrote a letter stating that our dear new chancellor might try to sell our pride and joy for more profit. You know what? Here.
Thanks
He
a lot,
didn't send
Sainsbury.
it because he wanted to give the girl a chance.
So I'm just trying to find the letter again. Hopefully it's not something that fucking got deleted.
Oh, kitty.
Found it. Bear with me.
Nazim will turn to Ellie and say, "It's okay, Ellie. You can stay here. Nazir is staying in the barracks too. Only one night's stay with Lakwashi healed him from certain death."
Are they split, or is it all co?
Yeah, I think there was like a curtain sort of arrangement going on with bunks.
I'm asking if there's like a dude section and a lady section.
I didn't think there was. I think it was all pretty. I imagined it as quite open plan, but DM's free to.
The bunks. It is quite open plan. Yeah, there's about 4 or 5 different bunks, lined up against each wall, opposite another wall on each side.
I was just
Yes.
wondering if they split them
Come
via
here.
gender.
Come here.
Unisex, I think, whereas I gathered.
Here comes the pretty lady.
Right. So he reads through the letter.
Hmm. Do give it back. I need to give this to
There
Alaire.
doesn't seem to be anything here about money or selling anything for more profit. It just seems to be that he had his concerns about Vela's policies and wanted to express them with Garrick, but he never did.
No,
Why didn't he
indeed.
send it?
He
Does he
wanted
know
to
you
give
have
it.
this?
He knows. We told him this morning. He
So
doesn't
knows
know.
you broke into his home?
No.
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 What, so he thinks you rifled through his things after somebody else broke into his home?
Yes.
Because that's so much better luck.
To be fair, kind of.
Right, so I still don't really have anything solid on Doran.
I do not think he did it. I do think, though, Trina tried to play a prank on him.
And for its eggs.
More than the eggs.
What do you mean?
Trina seems to have the ability to suddenly teleport herself. Without a trace,
Okay.
without incantation or anything.
So what, she's just zipping about all over the place causing trouble? Why she got it in for Doran?
I'm not sure. I didn't have time to ask her. But
Right, well,
Doesn't seem like the most agreeable fellow.
no, but he's quite harmless. Well, as
tell you
harmless as his bickering can be.
Not when he gets a hold of that Cass fellow.
Hmm.
yeah, well, I've already got some of the young ones looking out for Cass. If they see him, they're going to not approach him, they're going to let me know so we can handle it. He seems to be quite capable. I don't want them themselves getting hurt. They might be guards, but it's all really for show. Right, tonight, I'm going to put you together with Thomas. He's going to come down and do the grove shift with you.
Okay.
Any questions?
Ellie?
Mhm.
Do you
Oh,
have a
reason why
question?
this started.
What?
Where am I staying? I needed a place to...
I just
It's up
grabbed.
to you. I mean, there's a bunk in the barracks there. You can help yourself to that.
Okay,
If you've
no
got private
problem.
lodgings somewhere else, that look, it's as much as I'm trying not to sound like an arsehole, Ellie. It really doesn't bother me where you stay.
I grab
No
Ellie's hand.
problem.
Come, Nazum shows you around there, bunkers. And Nazum will lead you to a bunk.
Okay, no zoom.
And Nazum will, like, lift up the cover beneath the bunk. So look, Nazum stays here. You stay here.
Why
So
not?
Ellie gets herself acquainted with the bunk and the lodger underneath her bunk, which is Nizam. Are we doing anything else at the barracks, or are we happy to move forward in time a little bit towards the evening for the grove?
Happy to move forward, yeah.
Happy
At the
to jump
back,
to watch.
in the back of Misk's head, at least I don't have to worry about anything underneath the bed.
Right, so
I already have a monster underneath my bed.
Mist, it's not a cat.
Why do you dislike cats so much? Did a cat... Do you have trauma with cats? Apparently they don't
She
get on with
looks
rodents.
horrid.
Really? Okay.
When I
Felinophobia.
when I come back past, I'm gonna give Liam a knick-knack cookie because it looks like he needs one.
He sits down, gets some temporary hit points because he's having a day.
right, so
Liam's topped up, feeling better.
yeah, that's like you see Liam just kind of a little bit more warmth in his cheeks when he has one of his knick-knack cookies. So the evening starts to go on. You spend the evening kind of helping some of the young ones train outside for those that will be interested in doing such a thing. And you, Nizam, you help Liam sort out what's left of all the new stock for the new recruits and help put it away. And it's the places that it belongs, in storerooms and weapon racks and whatnot.
Can I suggest a brand name for the knick-knack cookies?
Go
A
on.
hobnack. A
Hobnack.
hobnack.
I thought you were going to say a
Hobnack.
padwack.
Hobnick? Maybe.
Knickknacks, paddywhacks. Right, so the evening approaches, the sun becomes lower in the sky, an amber hue across the sky. There is still that warm summer air, making it very much the same as the last few nights. It's a delight to be outside and not be inside trying to stay warm. It's that time of year where you can enjoy everything that nature has to offer and just bask in the sound of the trees and the birds and the fresh air of the breeze. The smell of meats and stews and other tasty treats starts to fill the air again as the market starts getting underway. No speeches this evening to introduce the second night. It's just straight into the festivities. And you gather outside of the grove as you begin to start your shift and are indicated to head towards the grove.
Would I sing a lair?
Alair isn't at the Garrix now. Alair would be back up at the city council, the town council hall and the market.
As we're walking towards that way, walking south, I will turn to Luck, our oldest, our longest resident of Silverfern, and I'll look to Luck and
Trudging up
say,
the hill towards the edge of the forest, towards the grove.
Luck,
Yes.
will we see Ghost Skychild
Drainer.
earlier? Yes. What is that? And I kind of gesture to the east as we walk south at the ruins. What is it? What was it?
DM?
It's just the ruins of an old tower. It's been there for as long as you've been here. It hasn't changed in any way. It's just what once used to be some kind of watchtower in degrade and collapsed.
Is there a basement?
You don't know. You never looked.
I was asking Luck because Luck's the local.
It's an old tower. Was supposed to be a watchtower, I guess, and people just simply didn't care for it for a while, so it crumbled, or we didn't need it anymore.
What
There's
is it?
probably some time luck in the early days of when you first arrived in Silverfern, especially on summer nights such as this, when there isn't a festival on, where you might have taken yourself away to spend some time alone, away from all the hustle and bustle of the town and the people, where you could just be alone with your thoughts, where you would sit amongst its ruins and atop its broken pillars, where you would sit and draw maybe certain pictures that have been found in books. And
What
dwell
did
in
it
your
watch
memories.
for?
Huh?
What did it watch for? Which way does it look?
I do not know.
One day we go look. Interested, please.
Sure. Tell
You
you
sure
what.
this room?
Tell you what. If we do good for this watch, we go after it. Okay?
Yes, yes, yes.
Good. But we need to guard the grove first.
This room will be on best behavior.
Looking at the map, Luke,
Mm-hmm.
I'm assuming the grove trees are the smaller ones around that rock in the corner, like the different colour in the middle.
So in the middle, you've got the rock, and then all the smaller shrubbery around it that surrounds it is the ferns,
Yeah.
and then all the larger is trees.
Is
It's
actually
the
the
woods
trees,
that
yeah.
surround the grove.
Okay, that's cool.
And then on the edge of that to the east, you've got tree stumps where there's been deforestation, where they're near the south of the hill, but further south of the lumberyard.
Cool. Well,
And-
we want to set up alarms all the way around. It'll take a lot of day.
you start making your way through the trees and you open into the grove. It's a bit darker here in the grove. There's not as much light left from the sky and the sun. The tree canopies kind of shield it, and the grove is now in shade. The ferns are yet to glow. The moon has not yet come out into the night sky, so the ferns are still that dark, effervescent green. With the stone in the center, you still see from last night all the offerings, the little memoirs, the burnt out candles that surround the stone.
So is it quite dark?
It's not. It's darker than it was before you entered the woods, but just because of the nature of the lack of sunlight now, because of all the trees that surround the area, there doesn't seem to be as much light. It is very much a shaded area now at this point.
Okay.
The Zoom will help tidy up. The Zoom will
So-
tidy.
Yeah. If
So you
Nezum
start
is
collecting up
looking,
burnt out candles and stumps of wax, and
if Nezum is looking towards Luck, it's strange because seems like her eyes have some kind of a glow, a light glow to them.
There's Nazum notice with a passive of something terrible.
with a passive of
Oh, not too bad. Yeah, I probably would. I was like, "Ugh."
passive perception of 15.
Yeah.
You probably notice that there seems to be that extra glint.
I kind
In
of
Luck's
I
eyes.
acknowledge it, but it doesn't mean much. I've seen like other animals with eyes that glint and glow and reflect the light in the darkness. You know, that weird.
Mhm.
You take a flash photography of something and just won't pay much attention. I'll start
Well-
clearing up the papers and I
That's
will
a
sneak up.
iris.
Yeah.
I will sneak. Oh, sorry, go on.
The kind of glow it is, it's like, you know, when you pass a white shirt under a UV lamp and just pops like
Oh,
that.
Yeah.
This is, there's still light, so it doesn't quite shine like this, but it starts to glow like that.
The beginnings of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nazum will be looking as he's tidying up at any prayers. And he'll be investigating the words to see if there's any mention of like, you know, like other. He knows the main things that are worshipped here. But he'll be
So
looking
you
for
see
things.
you see a lot of you don't need to do an investigations or anything, but
Yeah.
based in these prayers and the texts that people have written out, you see a lot of prayers and a lot of mentions of Solara and Lunara, and a lot of mentions of let their light guide you, and mentions of things like that. Outside of that, there isn't any more kind of scripture writing in regards to the spirituality of the goddesses.
Yeah.
But it's enough to cement in your mind that, okay, there's two goddesses, there's Solara, there's Lunara. They are the pillars of religion and divinity. And you see some people are more inclined to Solara. The more prayers you read, there's a lot more mentions of Solara in this community than there is of Lunara. In fact, there's very little in the way of mentions of Lunara at all.
Seems strange.
I will just gather up the stumps of the candles and the wax and stuff and just pop it into my little knapsack. You never know, it's going to come in handy.
Mhm.
So, Luck, do you want me to start alarming the place? It's gonna take a while.
I
That would-
help.
That would be quite handy. Sure, Ellie.
Don't see. I guess I'll
So-
just help you lay down the silver thread.
Are you going to start making your way through the ferns and around the perimeter?
Yeah,
of the,
basically, I'm
how
going
we
to
do it?
start at the entry bit, go across. It basically is 20-foot cubes, and it takes 10 minutes. 'Cause I
Okay,
can-
so each 10 minutes you're doing a 20-foot cube and you're making your way around the perimeter. Okay.
Yes. I will set it to. Is it close enough that at 60 foot would we hear it in the middle?
Yeah, quite easily.
Okay.
There's
I will
nothing.
make them
There's
audible
no
because otherwise.
large amounts of ambient sound in this area, like you would hear the ringing of a bell. Can we make some? Let's shake it up a little bit as we make our way around the space. Who's investigating the space? Who's going around the perimeter and kind of securing the
I
space?
offered to
Other
help
than Knick-Knack.
Knick-Knack,
Not at all.
Knick-Knack and
if I
Ellie.
could.
Nazum's
didn't really know
busy
it was a
picking up
spell.
candle wax. Ellie and Knick-Knack are going around the perimeter and checking out the shrubbery. Luck, you doing
Luck would
anything?
be more like on Overwatch because she got dark vision and she got a high passive, so
Where
she's
are you going to be situated around this grove? Like
in the center.
in the center. So you're going to be by the stone, on the stone, like you trying to get a little bit of height, like Fela did when she stood upon it,
Not
or are
on
you
the
going to
stone.
be not on the stone? Okay,
Around it, yeah.
around it. Okay. So Ellie and Knick-Knack, can you make me some survival checks, please?
Survival. 9.
8.
Okay, cool.
I'm good at perception. Survival
You
isn't one of
make your way around the perimeter at this point in the evening, setting up alarms, assisting each other quite easily without any problems. The night encroaches in. The amber fades from the sky, going into a deep violet, and eventually turning into that deep navy hue that we all know of the night. Starlight starts to be seen flickering above, and slowly the moon rises up, eventually to the point where you can see it over the tree canopy. And as this happens, the slow glow from the
I
ferns
light a lantern.
develops over time until it becomes quite bright in this space. That you have
Okay, never mind.
that beautiful glow, but it's not. It is below the leaves. Kind of, it illuminates all below the ground, and it's only when you get a leaf and you turn it over that it shines upward.
Ooh, okay.
And it feels like there's like the ground below you is kind of bathed in light all around beneath this on the ground floor of the forest floor of this grove.
I can also like imagine it like where the dews started to collect on like the grass. It also illuminates those like little beads,
Yeah.
like little jewels along the
A little bit of a glistening
yeah
damp floor.
yeah.
I would like to try and pick one of these flowers, the leafy bits.
You'd like to try and pick one of the ferns.
Yeah, just a bit of frond,
Do I see that?
just a little bit.
Aren't we supposed to be guarding this?
Make me a sleight of hand check, please, Knick-Knack.
Do I
While
see
you're
that?
going around and you're doing your perimeter,
Almost definitely you will, because
setting up
your perceptions
alarms,
are ridiculous.
kind of try and pinch one while you're setting up alarms. Try to do it without luck notice. We're going to do this against luck's passive perception.
I wasn't really trying to hide it. I mean, I'm like, a big fern leaf, I'm gonna like sort of snip off 2 or 3 inches off the end of one of them.
Okay.
Knick-Knack,
Yeah.
There
do
was a
not touch
knife
it.
poised.
Do not touch it. If you touch it, I swear, I am going to roast you for the festivities. Those leaves are precious. If you harm one of those leaves, it's hundreds of gold in damage.
Well, I read Doran's book, so I think I can do this.
Knick-Knack, no.
I'm pretty sure I can do this.
Knick-Knack,
You don't want something cool like made out of this glowy stuff.
no.
Knick-Knack. Didn't they hire us to guard the ferns? You're doing the opposite. Like the exact opposite of what you said you'd do.
I said I wouldn't steal any ferns. This is taking a bit of fern leaf. That's completely different.
It's stealing just the same, and I will report you to the town.
First cast, now you.
This place is
Zoom.
bad.
Only need a little bit.
No!
Zoom, whereabouts are you at the moment in the grove?
I'm kind of round the base of the rock, picking up odds and sods, and I kind of get fascinated as I reach into like some stuff, and the ferns begin to glow, and it like is caught in the coarseness of my fur on my hand, and I kind of turn my hand, and it's kind of glistening and glowing with this blue light, and I see that I'm glowing now with my cloak, and I realize I don't really like that at all. So I take the cloak off and I turn it inside out.
Yep. To do the scary rat glow as before.
Yeah.
You start to hear a quiet, high pitch, like strung out notes from a violin in the back of your mind.
I speak out in whisper this time. So, are you here again? Are you here again?
There is kind of like a of the violin.
I've come. I've come far. I heard you calling. Your melody is so sweet.
It stops being less plucky and more smooth in its melody. And it's quiet and it's low.
Guide me. Show me where you wish me to go.
As you take a few steps back away from the stone, the melody slows.
I hold the hand glowing with like pearlescent droplets of glowing fern lit dew, and I take steps towards the rock.
The
Like I'm
melody
holding my
picks
hand.
up in tempo and pitch.
So does my heartbeat as I start reaching forwards, and I lay my hand upon the rock.
Nothing happens, but the music plays at a high tempo consistently as your hand lays against this rock, and your claws run through the grooves of the etchings that you remember from when the vigil took place along the stone that are carved into this great boulder.
Yeah.
They weren't there.
I didn't come.
Yeah.
Oh no, yes, you didn't come. So you see for the first time etchings in this great boulder. You can follow it's almost like your claws, like you follow the pattern with your claw that's
Yeah, I'm
carved into the
tracing it
stone
out.
of fern leaves and their grooves, and you just follow it round and round, and you kind of start doing it in time, almost like a conductor in the grooves of these of this pattern with the music that you hear in your head, and you go round and round and start making your way around this boulder. Can you make me a let a let's call it a religion check.
Okay. Also want to try something else while
Yeah.
I'm doing this.
Mhm.
I want to try and add another instrument to the melody. I'll take my other hand and I'll start like tracing it with another hand to see if I can add another voice. That's a natural 20.
Okay. As you groove around, your claws digging in and following these patterns, and your fingers are moving so swiftly along these grooves that it's such a smooth movement, and you're not like doing this. It's
Yeah.
just you're just moving around like it's
My
almost like
tail swishes in time as well. Like
exactly. It just starts to feel organic to you.
Yeah.
And you're moving around the rock, and you get to the rear side of this boulder, and there's a difference in the pattern. It stops being plant-like and vine-like and ferns, and you get to a point where your finger stops. And there's a large curvature, and there's the shape of a crescent moon engraved in the back of this boulder.
from all the talk and symbology I've read so far, do I recognize this to be dedicated to to Lunara?
It seems to be the shape of a waning crescent moon, but this doesn't seem like just the rest of the engraving. This seems to be the entire inside of the moon, just not just the outline has been carved out. This is probably about 2 inches deeper into the stone than the rest of the engravings. Like you could place your hand inside it.
I do. I kind of touch it, push against it.
And just feel the smooth groove on the inside where it's been etched out.
Are there any craters or
No,
no? Just a kind of a representation of the moon. Does it turn? Move in my
Mm.
hand at all? Any give?
no, doesn't seem to have any give.
I look at what the moon's doing now. What does our moon look like? Is it a matching symbol to this at the moment?
No, this is more of a half moon at this point.
Okay.
I say half moon, they would call it third quarter, I believe.
What do
But
my
you see this
20?
crescent moon, and it stands out from the now that you've seen it, it stands out more from the rest of the engraving.
Look, it's more recent or older?
No, it looks like it doesn't look any older, it doesn't look any younger. It seems like it's part of the engraving that was initially put there.
So it looks
Um,
something fits in
Luck,
it.
are you watching the Zoom do this?
Yeah.
Okay. You feel something tugging in your chest. Like you're suddenly short of breath. Like there's something in the pit of your stomach. That moment when you're just like, oh, like, oh, and as you see his hands go around this crescent moon, something that, like, you've been here for 6 years and you've never seen that. But then again, you've never really inspected this stone before.
She's going to touch the engraving, like asking gently Nesm if she can touch it.
This is of the goddess. Lunara?
Yes.
I asked to look and the DM with my nat 20 religion. Does it look like Lunara?
It
Piece of
looks like it looks like a something to do with Lunara. Yes, it definitely. While it's the only symbol on here that has anything to do with what you would assume religion, this distinctly, just out of instinct, just out of a feel for this, just feels like this is something to do with Lunara.
Yeah. Wax is going to touch the symbol slightly.
Your fingertips almost start to glow slightly as you reach out to touch this symbol. And you touch the stone, and just like Vela did last night, all the engravings start to glow and the stone starts to shine.
Beautiful.
But the engraving of the moon still stays dark. Like it's incomplete.
Something else. Does it look like at some point something slotted into here?
I would say,
Can I see any
with your
scuff
natural
lines?
20 identifying this, yes, you do see scuff marks ingrained in the stone, like something metal has been placed in this space before.
This lock. Just need complete. Doesn't more. Ever scratched.
It didn't react to you.
No. My mistake, like you said. Doesn't know. Stone knows you.
Stone might know my blood.
Yes.
You two stare at this stone and have your quiet discussions and have this almost communal experience, something that seems to join you together. And you're here for a while, just observing the beauty of it, feeling that there's something larger here than met the eye.
I just turn to look as that happens, and I just ask, do you hear it?
Hear what?
The melody.
No.
Just even more frustrated.
Luck, make me a perception check.
Oh dear. 25.
So sweetly.
You close your eyes.
Mm.
You breathe in deeply. You hear the faint music in the background of the market, the festival. You hear the lutes, you hear the fiddles, you hear the drums. You hear the crackling of distant fires. You hear the ambient revelry of the market and the town of Silverfern. You don't hear a melody. This melody that Nazum is almost conducting with his hands. But as he moves his hands, you don't hear it, but you almost feel like you can feel when you're, when you go to a concert or you go into a concert hall and they're playing music, and you can almost feel the vibrations in you, especially when they reach those really big notes and the music really swells. You almost feel that in your chest as he moves his hands. You feel the swelling, and you feel a slight vibration and rhythm in your chest.
Can I try something, Liam?
Yep.
Luck is going on the stone to slightly cut her finger, just enough so it draws blood. And kind put it in the hole a tiny bit. See if it reacts.
Your blood glows golden,
Hmm.
not
Okay.
red. The moment it touches the stone, the blood isn't that thick, dark red. It glows brightly gold and then blackens and ashens and blows away like dust in the breeze.
I try and catch the dust.
Just reach out with your hand.
Yeah.
And
It just kind of sprinkles through my fingers.
yeah. Ellie, knick-knack. At this point, you've just about finished setting up your alarms along the perimeter of the grove. You start wrestling your way through the ferns, and you see Nizum and Luck staring at the stone. You see the light glowing from it. Ellie, can you just make me a dexterity saving throw, please?
$19.
19. Okay. As you're walking your way through the brush, your foot catches on something hard. You almost trip over, but you manage to maintain your balance, and it's that moment where you're like, oh, and then you kind of pull yourself back.
Yeah.
And you look down at the ground where your feet are, and you see poking up through the earth and the vines and the roots, there seems to be some kind of stonework.
I look down and brush some off and just aim one of the ferns that direction.
You see bricks, old, very old, worn away.
You found a better wall.
Seems like it.
Does it go anywhere?
I don't know.
You try and follow it.
I think I should. Is there more stonework nearby?
You brush your hands against the soil and you rub it away from the bricks and you try and follow the bricks, and it's easy enough. You see several bits of stonework above, and the more you move the ferns around delicately, you can see that there's some kind of remnants of something that used to be here, some kind of made structure. But you probably make it about 10 feet and then it's lost to the soil and the roots again.
Used to be a building here. Before
Yeah.
the ferns.
Maybe it was like a greenhouse.
Would anybody like to do anything while you're in this space?
I'm just keeping an eye out.
I would say to Luck, have you seen the other half?
Have I?
Sh-
Somewhere, DM?
Shape what fits.
Make me a history check.
Ah! 13.
Ellie tripped over a building.
As long as you can remember that you've been here, and as long as the people you've spoken to, this grove has always been the grove in which the ferns grow. You don't recall any conversations or books or anything you have learned since you have been here of any kind of building here? Why would there be a building where these grow?
I think the building you
Knick-knack.
think about is older. Older than anyone can truly remember.
Knick-knack thought it might be a greenhouse.
I don't think this is a greenhouse.
Okay.
You tripped over building.
Rubble underneath the soil.
Was there sort of within the sort of the inside of the wall area? So I'm assuming is a big dirt pile. Is there enough of it of an area that wouldn't be fair and that I could set Pudgy to digging at?
If you were careful, you could probably find a place where you wouldn't disturb as many roots of ferns as possible to try and uncover a little bit more.
I think most of it's fern.
Well, we'll set Pudgy go in and see where we get to. I'll keep an eye on him.
Oh God.
It's not on the ferns. I'm all good.
In the back of his head, I can't. In back of Ellie's head, there's a they them going. I can't do this again. I'm running out of ideas.
Yeah. Locke is going to take a dagger.
I'm about to break a record.
Okay.
And she's going to, this time, a bit more vividly, cut her hand
Right.
and
What are you?
let
God.
blood drip in the hole.
What is it with you in your hand?
It goes bright golden for a moment before turning to
It
a
is
deep
not the
black
key.
and burning up into ash and blowing away in the blend.
It's not what it needs. It needs other
No.
piece. It needs metal piece. Slot in. Key. Undo. Lock. Not blood. Oh man.
You
Oh God, this is stressful.
Sorry.
We got a God knows what hurting herself, and we got a goblin trying to dig up something sacred. Oh God.
Knick-knack, if you dig up those roots.
I'll tell like Pudgy to stop if we get to roots. It's all good.
Stop it now!
Where does else this grow? Luck?
Like the Lunar City place.
Naris.
That's the one.
Gronaris.
Lunaris. Is this piece of Lunaris here?
Because it's a gift from her. But as you've seen, the choice
No.
is mainly
No.
Lunaris.
Misunderstand. Is this piece of Lunaris here? Broke away. Come here. Somehow. Broken.
Luke,
I don't think it's a piece of her.
if I
Not,
look at
not of the god of the place.
no, if I look at the places where we have parts of the building, and I look at where I have an idea in my head of what this could be. You know the big stone thing in the middle? And I look at where the bits does it look like it used to be a church and that's the altar?
There's only that one religious symbol that you can see.
You know what I mean? Like it's a building and that's the altar part where the altar usually goes and you walk into a church.
As Knick-knack uncovers more stone, the digging doesn't get you very far, but the more time you spend in this grove, as the night goes on, you start to see, as you move delicately through the grove, you find more walls. And it does seem to be rectangular in nature. There are curves here and there, but you almost seem to find there's missing patches here and there, but you feel like you've found the perimeter of the building.
Does it match the ferns? Does it match where the ferns begin to grow?
It's all within the fern grove. So there are ferns that grow outside of these walls that you have found.
Okay.
But all the walls are within the fern grove itself.
Yeah.
And the main central boulder with all the carvings you see is in the center of this building, as it is the center of the grove.
Look,
Yes.
you say they worship Solara here.
Mm-hmm.
Why would a place full of moonflowers worship the sun god?
That's what I'm asking myself too.
Very good question.
I think we
Look.
found a church.
Luck is going to take a sickle. And basically a sickle is, the blade is the shape of the moon. On the handle at the far end of the handle, there is a sun imagery. The both of them are here. Luck is simply going to touch the stone again and pray to Nara for forgiveness, as people may have forget about her in this land.
Oh, okay. Make me a religion check.
Religion?
Yeah, you're praying. You're trying to commune with a goddess. Make me a
17.
religion check. 17. Your bloody hand, now almost ashen, covered with the burnt ash of your own blood, pressed up against this stone. And you whisper these thoughts in your mind of forgiveness. What are you asking forgiveness for?
People seem to have forgotten that this place was, they had a worship place for her, that they have forgotten her.
As you press your hand against the stone, it stops being cold and it starts to feel warm. It's a warmth that you're used to exuding from yourself when you use your healing. But this time it's exuding onto you. You pull back your hand and your hand is healed where you have been cutting yourself. And you look at your hand and you feel the grooves and you can't feel any kind of scarring. It's been completely healed up. And it's at this point you hear a scream. You hear shouting.
Okay.
From the town.
Shit.
The music has stopped. And you start to hear a commotion from the town. And it's not long before you start to hear the ringing of a bell.
The alarm.
No, one from the town.
Something
Knick-knack.
happened.
Knick-knack. Let your two automatons guard the Silverfern. We need to go now.
Is that enough to leave? Our duty is to be here. There are plenty of guards in town.
If you don't want to go, I will go. This is my city. If something happens, those bells are alarms.
Yes, but this
It
is your
might be
duty.
distractions. Might be distractions.
Exactly. That's why I'm asking you. your 2 automatons to guard the place.
Okay.
Unless you want to stay here, which I would greatly appreciate.
I will stay.
If we move to like the top of the sort of the entrance to here, can we kind of look down onto town with sort of seeing what's going on? Because we're higher up, aren't we?
Well, the trees. I think the trees are too thick. Maybe.
Yeah, no. But if we get to the entrance of the tree bit,
Okay.
so on that level bit by that looks like the hill round ruin is there. Does that look down over the town?
Yeah.
So if we just go out of the tree line, we should be able to get a better idea of what's going on, but we should still be in line of the.
Yeah. So the top of the forests is on. So the forest goes up onto a hill. The further north it does come down the side of the hill, and on the where the logging has been done, it's been done in like a little valley, and then on the right hand side you've got the windmill, which is on top of the hill. So as you go up along that road towards the windmill, you're going up a hill.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm
Um,
probably thinking of the lower bit. So I'm thinking of the bit to the left of the
Yeah.
ruined
So as
tower.
soon as you come out of the top bit of the forest here, before you get to that ridge, you are on the top of the hill looking over the town. Yes.
Let's have a look and
There's
see
more
what we
of a
need to do.
vantage point from the hill with the ruined tower on, but there's still a vantage point from the top of the grove by the forest
I
edge.
will say to Nick Nack, Arrowhead, like Arrowhead, I'm worried that this is all. The grove will be at risk.
Yeah, I think it's a distraction because that's what they came for last time. If it's the bandits again.
Okay. Stay here. I'm going to look. No stealing, please. I beg of you, no stealing.
Doesn't want Fern got it on jacket.
Right. Just stay here. And she zoom out, trying to see what she can see. She might actually go to on the little hill of the tower to get a little more view.
So you're going to pull off to the east to go up the hill.
See if I can
Okay.
see she can see something.
So who's going with Luck?
He's
Anybody going
keeping
with
an
Luck?
eye out. I thought we were all staying here until she sees.
I
what's
think
going on.
someone should go with her. I can go with her and send links up to keep an eye above here.
So a Luck and Nick Nack going, and then Ellie and Nizam staying.
Yeah,
I
and
think
I'm
so.
gonna
At
send
least for now.
link just up above the stone.
You make off through the grove. You make your way to the forest edge. You don't need to get up the hill before you realize there is fire.
Uh-oh.
You get to the edge of the hill and you look over the few housing tops that there are, and the glowing lights that you see above the market square. There's a difference between the glowing lights of candles and those of the Silverfern orbs. This is a more orange hue from a blaze that is glowing from the tops of this market.
Okay. Yeah. As soon as she sees the flame, she bolts.
Okay. Nick Nack, are you following?
If I shout from here, do I think that they'll hear me in the by the stony thing?
Yeah, you can try.
I will shout and say, "Looks like the market's on fire."
Nazum,
Run off to town.
Ellie, you hear shouting. Can't 100% discern the words, but you hear shouting on the forest edge.
I look to Ellie. I say, it's always like this on the first day. Don't worry.
From the top of that ruin, how much could I see that's like... 1 second, let me double check. Ignore that. I pressed the wrong button. Like 320 feet away. Is that like a lot? 'Cause spatial awareness is not one of my best things.
So the length of the grove is about 120 feet.
Okay.
From the
Because that's my max
probably
range
more than
that
that
I'm used
actually. It's probably the length of the grove from end to end is probably near 150 to 200 feet.
Sorry, that's just the max distance I'm useful at.
So if you were on top of that hill, because you've got to take into Pythagorean theorem as well. So when you're looking at something that's the diagonal versus straight ahead, there tends to be a little bit more length.
Okay. I failed maths twice. God knows.
You probably how much was it? 320.
20. It's the
From
max
the top,
range of my bow.
okay, from the top of this hill, a map isn't exactly to scale. You could probably see with detail of making out figures to about the southern edge of the market. But you've got to remember the angle. You're looking down at rooftops. You're not getting a bird's eye view. You can't see all the movement. You're seeing the front of houses and the front of roofs.
Mm-hmm.
I've got a bad feeling.
I'm still back in the grove. I didn't go to the edge of the ruin.
I was wondering if I stood at the top of the ruin, could I ignore that? I was working out maths and I needed help.
Look,
Okay.
you are bolting it. Sorry, Nick, did you say you were in tow?
No, I'm not pursuing at the moment. I was shouting back until I got some sort of reply.
Okay. Ellie comes out of the forest and sees you meets with you on the edge of the forest on the hilltop. Zum is still back in the grove. Luck, you are bolting it down this hill. The momentum of running down this hill is with you. You're rushing down towards the streets. You make your way down to the first street, and you start running along the pavements. You see people running away from the market. You're running against the tide. You're dodging past people. You're running past people as they're running the opposite direction. You see people carrying children running back to, you see some people ducking into their homes and slamming their doors behind themselves. And you carry on running through the streets. You reach your home and you bolt up left and you see the well where Doran was washing himself earlier. And you run through the growth there, taking a shortcut along one of the more scenic alleyways. And
Can
you
I
get
grab
to the southern part.
Can I grab a bucket of water on the way?
Yes, you certainly can. And you eventually get to the southern part. You're heavily breathing now. You've dashed quite a lot to cover such a distance in a short period of time. It's taken you a fair few minutes to run this far this quickly. And you get to the edge and you see tents are burning. You see at least a lot of the northern part of the market tents are on fire.
Okay.
There aren't as many people here now in the market square. You see most people have ran away from this area already. You see some people trying to get what's left of their things from some of the stalls, some of the vendors, before running away with sacks of their belongings, or at least you assume it's their belongings and not just looting. And you look towards the stage in the center of the marketplace, and you see on their knees, hunched over, Alistair clad, with a sword down his back, the hilt present at the back of his neck.
Wait, hold on. Is he dead?
Unless he's got a sword for a spine, yes.
Oh, shit. Okay, she sees that, but she doesn't have time. She has her bucket of water and try to gather some people to rally with
Okay.
her to get the fire happening. Like she throws up a bucket of water to the first tent.
You see,
It's a bit like a
quickly.
band-aid bullet hole situation. The fire's taken quite a lot.
Yeah, this is quite a roaring fire at this point. It's not so much about being able to put it out on the tents that are already burning. You won't be able to salvage them, but you quickly realize that it's more just about containment now, trying to get away anything else that can catch fire. You see that there are some guard on the northwest section at the edges of tents that are already pulling away carts, shifting away bags and barrels, trying to get them away from the edge of the fire to stop the spread. On the eastern side of it, you see Liam, and he seems to be tending to some older members of the public and trying to help guide them away and usher them away a bit slowly, further down the eastern road, back towards the inn.
Liam,
Look,
the others are at the grove. The grove is protected. Don't worry. What happened?
it happened so fast. I don't know. Fire just erupted from all the northern tents, and we tried to get everybody out as quickly as we can. Alistair ran into the market. He with his sword drawn. There were people cloaked and wielding weapons, and they started attacking, and two of them got him.
Who?
I don't know. The bandits that came before.
Where are they?
They've taken off. They ran southwest towards the mill. I tried to focus on getting as many people out as I could. Some of the young ones let fear get hold of them. They ran away. As soon as the bandits realized we weren't fighting back, they took out Alistair. Oh my God, he's killed another one. What are we gonna do?
Remember that letter that I showed you? Nobody has to know that you know. Not a word. Not a word.
What's the letter got to do with?
Suspicions for now. Tend to the ones that are wounded.
You see that one of these ladies is like covered in smoke and she's coughing quite a bit. And he's kind of got her under the arm and he's trying to hold her up. And he's like, we've got to find Vela. We've got to find Ella. Hopefully they're safe. And she kind of, and he's just like,
they're not with
starts
you.
carrying them off. No, they're back at the council hall.
Shit. And she bolts.
You make your way around the north and west edge of the flames that are now burning. Some of the young ones that had fled have been called back. You start to see that there are chains now being formed between some of the younger members of guard from the well that is in the middle of town, and the one that is at the south that you've already passed. They're not so much throwing water at the fire, they're throwing water at all the surrounding tents and other buildings, trying to make everything around it as wet as possible to limit the stretch of the fire.
Yeah. Look as she's running. In her mind, she's praying for a storm right now. She's praying for rain. She's praying to the sky for something to save a city.
Make me a religion check.
Ah, shit.
I mean, she's a storm ASMR.
I don't know. Would you consider that enough?
Doubt it. Your face.
What was
Please,
it?
please, 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 please. Ah, that's a fat 10.
A fat 10.
She's praying just as she's running. She prays for someone, something to save a city, for rain, for something to.
It is a gorgeous summer's night. There is not a cloud in the sky, and stars and the moon shine down.
Yeah.
And flames burn up from the ground to meet them. You run around the western edge of the market. Smoke is billowing up. It is hard to see much that is in front of you, but you do start to see the stonework of the council hall in front of you, and stood atop the council hall steps, you see Vela and you see Ella standing on, watching in horror at
Are
what is
the
unfolding.
both of the faces, they seem genuine.
Make me an insight check.
Yeah. Yeah, because
Paranoia.
Yeah.
it's not paranoia if it's justified. So it's a
Paranoia can be
17.
justified.
Get you.
Paranoia can be justified.
Yeah.
I hope.
17.
17. You've lived in this town for 6 years, and this town is a part of you.
Oh.
These people have spent the majority of their lives here. There's a lot of vagrants. Vela wasn't born here, neither was Alaire. But they've spent at least the last 20, 30 years here between them. The shock and horror and sadness on their face is genuine.
She's going to run to them, like see if any of the two are injured or anything. Are you too good?
Yes, I'm fine.
Okay.
Look, what's happened? And Vela's just staring out, and you can see the reflection of the flames in her eyes. The smoke is causing her eyes to sting, and you start to see tears dripping down her face.
Someone killed Alastor. Maybe the bandits, maybe someone else. We don't know. Alastor's dead, unfortunately. We need to evacuate. Oh. Oh.
I think you might have broken them.
I think I might have broke Luke. Yeah. Uh-oh.
Trauma can do that to a person.
Yeah.
Oh, there he is.
There he is. Hold on.
Oh no,
No, not
glitching.
yet. Nah. Might be just like last time.
Sorry.
Ah.
Oh,
Oh.
don't think it's going well.
Oh dear. The suspense is killing me.
I think the internet might have.
Oh, okay. he's
No,
dropped.
there he is. Hi.
I'm back. Don't know
You're
what
back.
happened there. The internet just died, came back on. Don't
If you
know.
said
Anyway,
something, we heard none of it.
Do you have BT internet?
no.
Okay.
I'm with Sky. Anyway,
No problem.
Vela is staring out. There are tears coming down from her eyes as the smoke stings her eyes, but also you feel these are real tears. And she stares out at the town and the market in flames. Did I do this?
What did you do?
Have I caused this?
What did you do? Tell me, what did you do?
I haven't done anything. I've just done what I thought was right. I've always said what I thought was right. They killed Garrick, and now they've killed Alistair.
Okay.
I don't think this is about Silverferns anymore.
It's not. It was never Silverfern. You two, I need you to concentrate very, very clearly on what I'm saying. Is there on anywhere in this town something that resembles a metallic crescent moon?
I don't know. I don't know what you mean.
It's very important. Search in your memory anywhere. Both of you.
I honestly, I don't know. I honor Linara as much as Solara, and I.
Yeah. Well, the Church of Lunara has been destroyed a while ago, hasn't it?
What?
Not important right now.
I-
You to get to safety.
Alea kind of stops, and she's like, "Look,
Mm.
you've always told me that we need to be strong as leaders. We can't be running to safety right now. We need to gather the people. We need to speak to them. We need to tell them what's going on, and we need to do something about it. We cannot stop hiding anymore."
Hiding.
Vela stuff's like, Alea's right. It's time we took action. We can't keep waiting for something to change. Corbin hasn't come back. We need to do something. We need to take the fight to them. We can't wait for them to come back and strike us again when we least expect it.
Has anyone
Gather as
entered?
many of the guard
Ah,
possible outside of the garrison. Me and Alea will meet you there, and we will address the people.
has anyone entered the building?
What, the council hall?
Yes.
The suspense is killing me.
Oh my god. Internet, why?
We were just discussing what to do about the Doran situation.
Doran.
Yes, your investigations into Doran and the vandalism and then why he was broken into the other night.
Okay, just. I'm just trying to make sure no one has broken into Alistair's chamber.
Well, it doesn't matter. The council hall will be empty. Garrick's dead, and the only other two living councillors now is us.
Great, okay. Go talk to Liam. Is tending to the wounded. This is a mess. This is absolutely a mess. And Trina and everything. Where is Trina? Why is the
I
internet
think he's
cutting?
Yeah.
No, come on. There you go.
Hey,
Hi.
Sorry, guys. Anyway.
It's making the suspense better.
Yeah. Anyway.
So we all go.
Look.
He's just hitting this pause button every so often.
Go find Liam. Make sure everyone else is safe. Make sure the vulnerable and the elderly. Make sure the young, they're all safe. They're at home. They're secure. Gather everyone else. Tell everyone to gather outside of the barracks. And me and Alea, we will address the public.
Got this, you two?
Alea kind of looks at Vela, and Vela kind of looks back. I think so. Alea's just like, now or never.
Claps them both on their shoulder like, you got this. Deep breathe in, breathe out. I'm going. And she zoomed back up to Liam.
The bells ring out. The young guard are assembled. The fire starts to be controlled. It continues to burn from the main tents, but it no longer spreads. And the younger of the guard stay posted to maintain that. Liam and yourself, and again other members of the guard, Mara, Thomas, start assembling the elderly, the children, making sure that people's homes are secured, making sure everybody is safe and return to their residential homes.
Okay.
And you spread the word that there will be a gathering outside of the barracks and Vela and Alea will address the rest of the citizenry. You make your way back to the hilltop where you see Knick-Knack and Ellie staring on, watching as the flames glow lower and lower.
As I've
And you
been
tell
doing,
them what's happened.
yeah, I was in all this while I was doing all this because we're still looking around and everything. Have I seen Trina and the kids?
No.
Okay.
You know, when I got up on the
Tower
onto the
bit.
higher ground, did I see anyone retreating from the town?
You saw many people retreating from the centre, filling out into the
I mean,
external residential
Not like
areas.
residents.
So fleeing the outskirts of the town, you mean?
I mean, like, did I see people legging it like in a direction that looked like they weren't part of the town?
Make me a perception check, because you were at the hilltop, and Vela did say not Vela, Liam did say they were fleeing southward.
The Fey look is with me today. 24, not 20.
And
And he died. Dang it!
Oh no.
I'm
Luke, did you
back.
hear it?
There you go.
No, what was the result?
I rolled a nat 20 for a 24.
Okay. You see 4 figures, cloaked, wielding weapons, running south on the south part of the lumber mill. Not running up the hill of the tower, but running around the side of it, running down through the valley, down towards the where the deforestation happens, and continuing to run south towards the woods.
When I see
Before
that,
they're out of
I'd
sight.
leg it back towards the ferns, so I know
Yeah.
that the ferns are okay. In case they go
None
back
of the
round.
alarms seem to be triggered as you enter the
That's why I risked going out this far.
as you enter back into the grove, and Nazum is there as well. None of the alarms seem to have been triggered.
Nizum,
Yes.
the bandits attacked again.
Okay.
Alistair's dead.
Okay.
And they went south from here, but I don't know if they'll circle back round.
We're gonna go and kill them then.
I'm tempted. How far
Yeah.
away were they running from?
Are they headed here?
They were heading near here. They're in the parts of the trees that have been cut down.
So if we go that way, we should be able to cut them off.
Do you think we could take 3?
There's 4 of us, 5 of us, and like 3 of them. That's good odds.
True. Again.
You look to the north of the grove and you see Luck running in.
6
Steps
of
you
us
forward.
now.
Look,
Yes.
I saw them. They went that way.
We're gonna go and kill them.
Well, I'm going to shoot at them at least.
Well, we need to keep one of them alive to find out where Master Illard is.
As soon as you say that, as you give her a direction, she goes, no question asked.
They went that way. Let's go.
Okay, and we
We
will
go east.
leave it there for tonight as you
I have a speed of
Turn
90 feet if I
and
do everything.
run. You are as fast as your slowest member.
No, because
Also
we
at
can
range.
ride on Pudgy.
And you turn.
He brought a
as
mount.
you run in, oh no, frozen again. There we go. As you turn and you run in pursuit of those that have just.
And I'm pretty sure I can get at least 320 feet within them. That's the max range of my bow.
They're running into the forest. You've got to track them. You've got to be able to find them and pursue them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I
While
will.
you're talking, while you are discussing, they are still running.
Yeah.
Running, just running.
I'm just
I
following
will,
her
I will
now. She
join them
blows.
and I will just pursue Luck and follow
Right.
Ellie's direction.
And we will pick that up next time while you
Yep.
are hot on pursuit of the bandits that have attacked for
Sure.
the second time.
Because we still already have the alarm, don't we?
They last 8 hours, but you can only hear it for like 60 feet away or something.
Ah.
Because I picked the audible one. Yeah, within 60 feet. I picked the audible one rather than the one that pings me when it's a mile away, because I cast a lot of them. I'm guessing there's like 20 alarm spells cast here, and I don't think I can set a different a mental ping for each one. So I'd be like, one of the alarms is going off. I don't know which one. Whereas at least audible, we can be like, it's that one, but we have to be standing in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
So as soon as we get 60 feet away, they're useless.
Cool.
Risky take.
Right.
Anyway,
Thank you,
you
Luke.
flee off into safely. You run off in a pursuit, and
Sure.
yeah, we'll pick it up there next time. Hope you enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Yes.
And,
Thank you.
I'm
That's all
going to
right.
have to run away because it's getting late. So
Yeah.
I will be and catch
I
you next
am
time.
sorry about the internet connection at the end. I don't know what's happened there. I haven't experienced that before, so that's weird. But yeah, everybody have a good week.
Cheers, Luke.
Yeah.
I
And yeah.
don't know if I can be here next week because I'm